All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. It's going to be a short stream today. I haven't heard anything from Jazz today, so we're probably not going to be doing too much grinding. Oh shit, my green screen's going crazy. Let me try to fix that real fast. You know what? Sure. All right, yeah, that's probably good enough. All right, yeah, welcome to the stream, everyone. We got an interesting stream for the day. I want to. Oh, damn. What's going on with my camera? I'm like a ghost. I guess this will give people a little bit of time to actually like get in here. Oh my god. Oh, hey there. Oh, there's an echo? Oh, yeah. Wait. Hold on. Let me see if I can fix that. I don't see anything implying there would be an echo, but I'll keep looking. It could just have something to do with my mic. I don't have my stream going on in the back. And OBS is telling me I'm not picking up anything. But it's nice to have you in here, Pumbaa. Yeah, OBS says everything's fine. I'm not too sure what's going on. Does anyone else hear anything? Yeah. I was really hoping I would be able to get you in here so I could hear some of your reasoning as to why you choose some of the options you do, because I was in your chat the other day kind of discussing with you while I was like at my night shift, and I noticed that you play a lot differently than I do. And you know, I don't play ones like at all. I'm very much so a twos Jason. I think that's the format where he really thrives in. But you know, I've been trying to do a lot of innovating for the Jason Discord. I've made a lot of the matchup channels. Uh I made a really stupid kill confirm that immediately, like within 2 days, got pretty much invalidated unless you have rage. Um we ended up calling it Hell's Fury. It was, but like whenever I seen that you were the top Jason and had been consistently the top Jason for a really long time in the ones category, I wanted to go ahead and take a look at it, especially since I'm very curious to start getting into ones myself. It's a format I'm not very familiar with. Um, oh, okay. All right, good. I'm glad we don't have an echo. But yeah, uh, I was very curious to go ahead and get started. Pumbaa, if you have a more recent VOD you'd like me to review, please let me know, because the earliest one I could find was this one that was posted 2 weeks ago, and I skimmed through and I did notice it was at least as recent as the Jason super armor on his grab buff, um, but this is the one we're gonna go with. I've already watched this one a good bit. Um, Granted, I was watching it at my job, at my night shift job. So I didn't have a ton of time to like really analyze and get everything, like get all the details. But I remember taking away a lot of interesting stuff here. This should be on my Twitch, but not my YouTube. Okay. So what we're gonna do is first we're gonna VOD review this set, because I think there's a lot of interesting stuff that that I see a lot still in your playstyle, because I tuned into your stream. I tuned into your stream relatively like recently, I want to say sometime last week, and I've noticed that there's still a lot of stuff that you're doing in here that you're still doing nowadays. So I would like to like just go over it and start talking about what you're doing right, what could be be improved, and some playstyle choices that I think that are very interesting, because I specifically regarding your combo routes, because your combo routes are very uh characteristic of what I see a lot of other top Jasons do, but I don't really do myself. But we'll get into that as we go throughout this. I know I'm stalling for time. I'm just trying to give people a little bit of time to get in so that people can go ahead and get the see the analysis. But obviously then catch the VOD later. Okay. So yes, I wanted to take a look at this set in particular. In this set, he fights a Joker in a bracket, and then the Joker ends up swapping to Wonder Woman. I love the end of this set, and we'll get to that whenever it happens. But it is a very fun pop off. All right, let me make sure my audio is correct. MacMat being the #1 European player, awesome. This is a great set to analyze. Then it's two instances of very good high level gameplay.
Play like you do usually.
That is defensive.
Okay.
Okay. Oh my god, I hate that round start. I don't know if there's like a higher chance for that to be the round start, but I swear to God they get Joker card round start all the time. I don't know what it is. I don't know if there's like a problem with the RNG or what. It's annoying. I get it.
Bro. Literally first hit.
Yeah. Whenever Joker's doing this, it is very obnoxious for Jason to... Okay. A dynamic of this matchup I really need to, talk about. And this is a thing not just in 1s, but also it's very common in 2s, where Jason benefits a lot from rage in this matchup. Like, he has a lot of stuff that will just shut down Joker. But the obvious downside is that Joker has this move, right? Now, it's not exactly the fastest move that he can approach with. Now, granted, he can approach with quite fast because Joker has like a very good dodge cancel. But I believe that there's some specifics about the hitbox that requires him to charge it a little bit at least first before it starts doing like knockback. And I've had so many instances where I'll technically get hit by the move and I'll get ignited, but I won't take knockback. So there's definitely a little bit of ebb and flow to this matchup whenever it comes to both of these characters trying to get space that they can charge their moves to kind of invalidate the other big strength of the other person, right? Specifically on Joker's end. This guy wants to be me so bad. Hold on. Also, quick warning, but this is my first stream and I was really uncomfortable back then. I just want to apologize for that. Hey, if it makes you feel better, I can mute the stream. Narpy, I'm glad Narpy's in here because Narpy is another Jason that I highly respect. Because he's quite good at all the core Jason fundamentals. Okay, but yeah, Joker's gonna be using a lot of this move in this matchup just to basically make it so that Jason's not gonna be able to use his rage at all. But at the same time, Jason wants to try to sneak in rages as much as possible, just because there's so much in Joker's kit that it just like will help him. It just helps him deal with Joker so much better. Like side B, obviously, jabs is like a big part of Joker's game plan. And if Jason can like get a time frame where he can get his rage off and not allow Joker to, charge up his neutral special, that does a lot. That does a lot. All right, Puva. All right. Okay. So I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna be taking this one step at a time. I'm very analytical, right? Obviously, the round start, this Joker card, whether or not it was, I like calling it Joker's trick. I know it's not called that. I know it's called Joker's Wild, but I think it's funnier to call it that. But anyways, yeah. Even if it wasn't Joker's Wild or Joker's trick, this would be really good at like just getting space, and I'm pretty sure he just wanted to make sure that you didn't have time to get the rage, right? He wanted to put pressure on you immediately because he didn't want to give you any time to set up, but at the same time he doesn't want to like put himself at risk whenever it comes to approaching you, right? Because you don't want to really scrap with Jason if you don't have to, because any interaction that you have with Jason has a high chance of him just being able to like 0 to death you, right? So him using this projectile not only covers a lot of space and allows you, prevents you from, it not only like gives him the neutral win, it also prevents you from getting your win condition. And then on top of that, he goes ahead and charges this so that he has an option to deal with your win condition in the case that he does end up giving you enough space. He reacts and sees that you try to sneak in the rage. He goes and just a dodge cancel this move. Okay, real quick, I wanna see if either of you know. I feel like whenever I have rage, I have a harder time dodging through people. Maybe that's just Jason's fat hitbox, and I'm just like daydreaming. But I swear to God, anytime I fight like a Wonder Woman or a Joker or a LeBron, anyone who has like armor breaking aerial, I'll intentionally try to dodge through them, and I'll get armor breaking anyways and get hit. I don't know what it is about that. But yeah, it's. I think I might just be looking too deep into it, and I might just be bad at timing. Yeah, I think it's just a mental thing. Yeah, that's probably it. I think I just get hit, and I'm like, dude, I swear I timed that right, and I'm just bad. Yeah. Also, Jason's fat, so you know that doesn't help.
Literally first hit.
But yeah, that was a good reaction on his part. It just immediately shutting down the rage, and now Joker's essentially in win condition. But as some of you who play Jason might know, this is not a bad position for Jason at all. Jason loves this ledge. You cannot challenge this guy here. Obviously, he's not going to be able to win from the ledge, so Pumbaa makes the choice of going ahead and trying to get on stage, going over any edge guard attempt, any reactionary edge guard attempt that MacMat might want to go for. MacMat plays it a little bit safer, knowing that, like, oh, I'm not really going to be able to do anything against Jason on the ledge, so he retreats. You could argue that this could be a bad way to go about it, because if you give up too much space, then you're just giving up your advantage state, right? So, I want to say here in this situation, MacMat had the right idea, but I think he gave up too much space. Even though Pumbaa ended up rushing onto stage here and not, like, stalling on the ledge at all, I think that MacMat gave him too much space and just kind of let him get back for free here, just trying to, you know, out of fear. All right, this was a good jump call out here. Just I don't know if this is going to be a habit that we're going to see very often by Pumbaa. I know Jason's down air is very, very good, very, very good. So I don't know if this is going to be a habit we're going to see from Pumbaa very often, if he's just the type that jumps out of the corner, because MacMat seems like he knew. MacMat seems like he knew what was going on. Joker has a lot of very good options to catch people in the air as well as on the ground, but you know, I don't know if this was just a good guess, or if this is a habit we're going to see from Pumbaa very often. So we're going to take note of this, that Pumbaa, for this instance, to try to get out of the corner, he jumped, and then on reaction to MacMat meeting his air-to-air, he dodged out, right? So now Jason's in control. He kind of has stage control, and now MacMat's kind of the one who has a little bit of pressure in order to get back onto stage. And knowing that, this was a very, very good nair to take advantage of the fact that MacMat basically gave up stage control with an aerial burst option, trying to catch Jason's dodge in, right? Here, let me just go ahead and I gotta ban a bot real quick, guys. There we go. Okay. But yes, this was this nair to catch the whiff side B was very, very good. Because using side B specifically and not something like fair or sair, like, commits him to moving off stage. So if he misses this side B, it's kind of high risk in a way, because he can definitely control the amount of space that he goes with the side B, but after all the nerfs, he definitely doesn't have the whiff lag to get away with just kind of going for something like that. And he puts himself into the corner. So this is a very good way of covering a lot of options. It covers jump. It covers a lot of different jumps. It covers aerials to try to catch Jason's landing, especially since he was, like, near a burnout, right? So he probably wanted to keep the pressure on, right? So yeah, this is very good. But at the same time, this puts a lot of pressure on Pumbaa, because he used the resource to put himself into burnout. Now, Pumbaa knows, and I've talked to him about it, that Jason in burnout isn't that big of a deal as long as you're near the ledge, just because Jason can stall for so long at the ledge. This was pre-Joker nerf. Oh, okay. End of season 2. All right. Interesting. But regardless, this was very good. I'm a big fan. Oh yes, that was good. So I got a love-hate relationship with Jason's up air. It's very good, but it's very bad at the same time. But in this instance, it was one of the instances where it was very, very good, just because it's very good at catching dodges, because the hitbox on specifically right on top of Jason is like, I don't want to say super consistent, but it's consistent at catching dodges, especially in situations like these where the first one whiffs and the second one hits, obviously. So very good at keeping the pressure on. I don't know if I agree with the Sair here, but at the same time, there wasn't really too much he could do, especially since he was in burnout, right? He couldn't like follow up too intensely. Maybe another up air, but dude, I get it. Jason's up air, it'll just, people just fall out of it sometimes, dude. So, like, maybe he could have waited for a dodge or an option and tried to like ground it up B or something. But Sair here would have not really done a whole lot. It would have been damage, yes. But at the same time, if you're Sairing him back onto stage, even if this hit in theory, you would just be sending him back to neutral for only a little extra damage. I feel like above all else, you want to keep him in this situation. And you want to keep him pressured and off stage. You want to force him to deal with you consistently and constantly. Up air is one of Jason's best moves. I would say it's his third best move. I agree. I think it is, but I feel like it's the consistency part that makes it... okay, we're going to get into it later because that's a big part of our combo games. I feel like is very, very different. Because I love going for jab, jab, up tilt into up air, right? That's like my bread and butter, right? But I know you like going for jab, jab, side B into a reset. And we're going to talk about the specifics of that, and why it's good in some situations and why it's not, and the pros and cons of both routes, right? And I believe that a reason why I might see, well, I'm not going to chalk it all up to a routing choice, right? But I feel like a reason why I personally might see less consistency in my route is because my route relies on up air, a move that notoriously can just have people fall out of it sometimes. But your routes, although I do think that there's flaws in going for jab, jab, side B, because I've labbed it a lot, and jab, jab, side B, and we'll see it in this set too. The jab, jab, side B is not true, or jab, jab, side B into jab, jab, I should say, is not true, and we'll see it throughout this set whenever you go for it, and the opponent adapts accurately with DIing up and dodging up. But I feel like there's definitely a part of you that knows that, and you know how to adapt to that. It's a consistent situation that you can consistently put yourself in, and because of that, you're able to capitalize on these habits all the time, right? And we'll dive more into that and my philosophy on those combos here in a little bit. I'll try to speed through a little bit more quickly because we're taking a long time and we've only had 2 hits. Okay. Dude, the tech situation for Jason is so ass. He's so fat. This was a really, really good way to catch him trying to react to your tech chase option, though. This covers so much, and the fact that he's landing on top of you is very, very good. That was a good reverse. Obviously, I think this up air would have been true if you were able to drift a little bit to the left, but I mean, it doesn't matter. You got the jump. You got what was important. Now you're off stage, but this, like we said before, this isn't necessarily a bad spot. Oh, that was good awareness. That was very good awareness on recognizing that he was giving you a lot of space, right? At this point, Pumbaa is able to recognize, okay, he's not committing to edge guarding me super hard, right? And because of that, I'm able to sneak in a rage. But at the same time, he was also able to charge his, so maybe this was a tit for tat thing, right? So Pumbaa seems more confident that he can make use out of rage, then he's able to he's more confident that he's able to make use of rage than MacMat is able to take advantage and like just delete his rage, right? But as you know, as we see here, MacMat does go ahead and break the rage, which obviously is just frustrating fighting characters like that, especially when he's got like such a huge disjointed and like fast burst option whenever it comes to him actually landing that, right? So okay. Now, okay, this is something Pumbaa does a lot that I disagree with, but he makes it work very, very well, and he's very good at using it. Pumbaa uses a lot of side B to move around and catch people pressing buttons and burst options. In this situation here, he does this in an attempt to catch MacMat trying to charge his neutral special, because that is what MacMat has done every single time. So knowing this, knowing that MacMat's likely to press a button here, he goes for the side special, but this time MacMat mixes it up. He doesn't go for neutral special. He's just focused on trying to control space and stuffing out Pumbaa's approach. Obviously, it was just a bad read, but he tries to smoke out in order to cover himself. He tries to smoke out in order to cover himself, but obviously he can react in low profile, right? Obviously, all right. I wanna dive into why I disagree with. I think that this is good as a read. I think that he had the right idea in this situation, but I also feel like how reactable it is if they're not pressing a button and they're playing disciplined against Jason is also quite dangerous. But at the same time, you also got to you have to weigh the pros and cons of it. Are they trying to stuff out Jason's approach, or do they have options that are committal to stuff out Jason's approach? Because like in this situation, he was aiming to stuff out Jason's approach, but he has like an option that's like so long range that he can play even further back, right? But at the same time, I guess you could also argue that it wasn't the worst case scenario here. Hey Saints, we're VOD reviewing the best ones Jason right now. But yeah. Obviously, he was able to react to the second smoke and get a good dash attack low profile. He tried to cover himself with Sair, but Sair is quite prone to getting low profiled, I would say. Especially by something like Joker dash attack, right? Like, and that move's made to low profile. Alright. So he goes for the rage, and now Joker actually doesn't have his charge on his neutral special. So he's actually kind of in a weird situation where he has to decide, okay, am I going to retreat and charge neutral special and effectively let him get back onto stage again? Or am I going to try to edge guard him with like down tilts and try to like pressure him to get off stage with like wall fatigue and all that stuff? See, this is a situation where I think that smoking was the wrong play here. I think that in this situation, he did have a few things that he could do, right? But I feel like when MacMat has shown himself to just be like, he's playing patient up here for a while. He is like just waiting for Pumbaa to get off of ledge, right? And I think whenever someone's playing this way, they're not pressing any buttons, then you can't really afford to do smokes like this. I mean, yes, he has like armor, but at the same time, he was just one down tilt away from, maybe down tilt wouldn't have worked here. And maybe this was the play just because his armor breaking option wasn't. So maybe I'm just wrong. It could, that could always also be the case. So this could be just be a smart option. I am surprised that MacMat didn't just go for a charge whenever he's seen the first smoke. But I think you have to be careful. I mean, obviously, you want to make sure that you're abusing the fact that you can do smoke without losing your armor charge. But at the same time, I don't really, like I said, I don't really agree with this in most matchups. Maybe here because he was able to, like, smoke up and over where a potential down tilt would be. Because if he did down tilt here, there's no way it would hit, right? But at the same time, I do think MacMat might have wasted the opportunity to charge his neutral B or down tilt. whenever he was just kind of sitting on the wall. So I'm not too sure how this situation would have played out if it was different, but obviously we got to deal with what we got. So now he's trying to get out of the corner. MacMac commits to a charge. All right. This was good. This was good. He realizes that MacMan is once again just trying to look to stuff out an option. Dodge cancel, jab, jab is one of Jason's best burst options in the game. Yo, if you're interested, I have a best of 3 set against Hardcore Fox that I could upload 10 minutes long. It's from yesterday. Yeah. No, I would like to VOD review more of your stuff. I think that you'd have a lot of interesting plays that I think have a lot of merit to talk about for like the Jason community. Okay. Yeah. I mean, this is something I don't really feel like I need to cover too much, just because anyone who plays Jason knows that like this like jab jab smoke here puts you in a really good position. Now, I was kind of low key shit talking jab jab smoke earlier, but whenever it's in a position where whenever it puts you in a position where it'll put them off stage like substantially, and it can also kill confirm, I think it's pretty good, because this puts you in a really good situation where he guesses wrong, he dies, right? So I think those higher percents jab jab smoke is quite good, and we'll get into more later. But anyways, he goes for the axe swing, the axe head swing here. Anyone who plays Jason knows that this is a very active hitbox. It's deceptively active. It covers so much. It would have covered like hasty get-ons. It would have covered if he was like didn't go super low and like clinged like kind of higher on the ledge. The only thing that it didn't beat was him going super low. Jab was a good attempt to react to him coming really quickly onto stage. But at the same time, going for the second jab was probably a mistake, right? Like, I get you just wanted to cover as much, like, you just wanted to put a hitbox out there for as long as possible. But at the same time, you have to recognize that Joker's one of, like, Jason's really good at sharking from ledge, but Joker's also one of the best characters from sharking from ledge just because of that up air. All right, we got charge on the field. All right, that was a waste on MacMan's part. So now we should see Pumbaa get a lot of use out of this rage, right? Ah, that's unfortunate. Yeah. Even whenever you have the rage, you still have to make the read, right? I'm not really sure what Pumbaa was dodging here. I'm guessing he anticipated a down tilt, but we haven't seen a down tilt yet, so I'm not too sure if dodging here was the right play. I think just waiting and reacting would have been fine. And then if he took a down tilt, I don't think it was the end of the world. I mean, he doesn't die there, and I don't think it sets up for any combos in that situation.
I'm misclicking.
Damn.
I'm misclicking so much.
Oh, he's misclicking so much. So I wonder what he could. I wonder what intentional. I wonder what plays here were accidental. I imagine this dodge was accidental, if that's the case.
I'm misclicking.
And that's just a solid, like, this might even be true. I mean, I'm pretty sure it is.
I'm misclicking so much. I'm so nervous.
Ooh, yeah, I definitely think this is a misclick. I think you wanted an air. Yeah, because who are you hitting here? But yeah, Pumbaa, if you wanted to DM me that video or something, I'd be more than happy to do that one as well. But I do think there's still quite a lot to dive into here. Yeah, I mean, at this point, I'm trying to think. I think the best course of action here is not to actually pressure the ledge, because you're getting sharked so much. Like, I don't even know if you're your neutral attack would clip his up air there. I think that in this situation you kind of just want to. It's still loading right now. Okay. We'll get into it when we can. Okay. We're probably only gonna watch 2 matches from this set. We'll watch this one and then we'll watch the last 1v1 one because I think it's important. I mean, I always recommend watching all of them, but since we have another set to go through, that's a little bit more recent, we're only gonna cover 2. But I think that at least watching the very first match where they're still trying to get like their bearings against like each other's habits and whatnot, and then watching the final match wherever they're, once they've kind of got the ball rolling and they have the reads, they understand how the other person plays. Then I think like just comparing those 2 in general are just very different. So I think we'll at least want to watch those 2. Okay. But yeah, in this situation, at least for me, I would just kind of sit probably at this area right here, and I would just be doing like Sayers basically whenever he would get too close or try to react to him like double jumping up too often, because I don't really think you're gonna get too much value out of. Well, I say that. I mean, you could also probably neutral attack here as long as you're spacing it correctly, but obviously when you start getting a little too close, like this area, that's when you start like, and when you start like pressing a lot here and trying to cover a lot of situations here, then yeah, I don't think that was the play. I think you just definitely want to play a little further back whenever you're playing against the ledge on Joker, because he has to come up eventually, especially after the changes. I don't think he's very good at stalling on the ledge. Well, I don't know. He's got like balloon and side B and stuff, so he's like pretty okay at it, but he still has to come up eventually. I would recommend watching matches 1, 3, and 5, since match 3 made him switch off Joker. Okay. Match 3 was really high. Yes, I loved I love seeing match 5. The way that this video ends, it's peak. It's peak. Definitely look at the results of match 2 and 4 though. Okay. So yeah, this was a much better example. This neutral attack was a much better example of a well-spaced one, because I don't know if he might have been able to threaten. Maybe the spacing was a little off, but you want to just avoid up air at all cost. So just give him a little space. Don't give him too much space. You don't want to let him on. Especially if he gives you enough time to like, especially if he's stalling down there long enough for you to get your rage cooldown back. Like, you can definitely take advantage of that. You want to keep him in that position as long as possible. Man, that was a good, yeah, a good attempt to like try to catch his jab, to catch the overshoot on the jab, but he was on top of it. He was on top of it. You just got red at that point. Interesting. I didn't even realize he was taking too fast to block. This is another reason why it's so difficult to. This is another reason why it's just so difficult to take too fast to block, especially if you're not taking Airwalker. I mean, granted, I don't think you wanted to like Airwalker rage there, right? But it's so difficult to get away with it unless you like hit someone away. Whenever you want to go for rage, you definitely want to make sure you're either hitting someone away or you know that they're like trying to buff up themselves, right? You kind of want to sneak it in a position where you know that they're going to be pressing something. In the same way that if you wanted to use movement with side special, you want to make sure that you know that they're going to be pressing something. And you can do that by reacting. You can do that. I mean, obviously you can do that by guessing too, but when you start guessing in those situations, that's when you get like situations like this where he's just kind of like waiting out some sort of option. And one big thing I really need to mention whenever it comes to Jason is that a lot of people, they're just going to wait and see what you do and then punish you for it. Because Jason, he's got a pretty fair amount of in lag on a lot of stuff that he does, including rage, as you see in this situation, right? Mm-mm. 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 See, this is a situation where I think you could have died. You could have died. You don't want to smoke here. This is a bad smoke. I'm sorry, Pumbaa. This is a bad smoke. Like, I get that it's like one of those situations where I get that this is one of those situations where you're trying to catch him trying to edge guard you, but I think that there's way better and less risky options that you could do. And you don't get cooked here, but if he was a little bit more on top of it, you die here. You lose here. Because he is waiting for something and he reacts, but just not in time. And I think that's probably from a little bit of a lack of Jason matchup experience because he's looking for something, he just doesn't know what. But in this situation, I see the vision. I see that you're like trying to do it to stuff out his edge guard attempt. There's way safer things that you can do here. For example, you could do Sayer to cover yourself while you go low, and then you can start doing your up airs. You can start doing your up Bs. You can start trying to go for airwalk or grounded up V if you really wanted to. There's a lot of things that you could do here. This was very risky. This was very risky. All right, we're back at the ledge. How do we get off? This is good. He's stalling, but he's stalling because he's in burnout. You definitely don't want to rush these situations when you're in burnout. EU noticed? Yeah, I mean, how could I not? He's number one Jason, and especially since he had TTV in his tag, I had to look it up. I also realized why I dodged at that one point in the first life. I was scared of dash attack. Ah, yeah. See, I didn't know. I mean, I don't think this VOD started off with the perk choices, so I get it. I get it. But if you're scared of dash attack, there's definitely less committal options that you can do. You can definitely just go for jump, right? And I think that would also avoid like down tilt as well in that situation. If you're worried about grounded options, don't be especially if you have rage. Don't be afraid to jump. I mean, obviously you're number one Jason, so I feel like I don't really need to tell you that, but at the same time, I feel like dodge was relatively risky. Relatively. But yeah, I can see at least why you'd want to try to dodge, especially if like it was one of those heat of the moment things where it just clicked. You're like, oh my god, he took too fast to block, right? But anyways, back to this. This is a very good situation. You want to stall here as long as possible whenever you're in burnout, just so you can go ahead and get that meter back, right? This is a pretty good burst option to try to get back on stage, because like worst case scenario, if you miss and get hit, well, I guess he dies. But in situations where he won't get killed by a kill confirm. Hey, thanks for the follow, QZDor. But in situation where he's not at kill percent, worst case scenario is that he gets hit on stage, right? This guy was my nemesis for a really long time. So I was incredibly scared in the first match, and I played really badly. Okay, well that's also important to see, though, right? We want to make sure that we're catching these habits. We want to make sure that we're addressing these. And I'm sure you recognize this, especially in hindsight, right?
Yes!
And we'll
How?
Oh, thanks for the follow, Pumbaa. I appreciate it. But yeah, this, you know, in this situation, normally this isn't really like a bad idea. Just because, like I said, in worst case scenario, you get hit back on stage, right? And you kind of go back to neutral. You might take a combo, but you know, here obviously it's a little riskier. But at the same time, anything you do is risky here, right? So, you know, you have to try something.
How?
And yeah, even you're surprised. You're like, dude, what? But that was really good on MacMan. See, he's doing the thing that I was talking about, where a lot of the people who play against Jason, they don't like to throw out an option too early. They try to react to things. The only thing they'll really like try to throw out in order to avoid it preemptively is dodge, right? Like that, right? God, he could cancel that so late. What? Did he might have just got to the end of the dodge and lag. Like, dude, that was a late dodge cancel. Just clocked in. What I miss? We're reviewing some of Pumbaa Fury's best some of his VODs, the top number one Jason. And we're trying to analyze why things are working, why things aren't working. There's a specific combo route that I want to show later on in another set that I really want to talk about. All right. So now, obviously he's in quite a dire situation. So the things that we want to really look for when we're playing from behind, right, is we want to look for how we even the gap, like what risks we are and aren't allowed to take. And especially if you're playing from behind, there's two types of mentalities whenever it comes from playing from behind. There's the mentality of I have to make up this deficit, so inherently I'm gonna have to take more risks than my opponent in order to start clawing back the chance of victory. But then there's also the mentality of like I'm gonna play really, really safe and then try to slowly accumulate my lead back. Now, in this situation, you could argue that you could play slowly because there's still 5 minutes left on the clock. But at the same time, whenever you're playing from behind, you have to also recognize that you are at lose condition, right? So any mistakes that you make, are going to be capitalized a little bit more heavily on. But at the same time, if you want to win, you have to get the advantage before, right? So if both players are playing defensively, then obviously you're not going to be able to win.
Cool.
Okay, that was a good reaction. Okay. This is the first instance I really want to talk about. Here, I think this is bad. I think this is very bad. But we're going to see here that Pumbaa knows what he's doing here. There's something I want to showcase. And here, I actually got to pull up multiverses for this. I've tested this with other people, so I know that this isn't just a training mode thing, and Here, you know what? We'll watch the clip first. Oh my god, dude. You are a demon, Pumbaa. You go for some wild stuff. So yes, this jab side B into the jump aerial down special to try to catch like a... This catches a lot of stuff. This catches drift in, this catches drift in a way that... This catches drift in a way that would kind of knock him towards the ledge, which can allow him to potentially land a nair into a dare, or it also catches dodge in because it's like just so slow. But obviously he guesses wrong, and I think, and maybe I'm crazy for this, I think Pumbaa should have died for this. I think Macmat made a very bad call in, first off, jumping and then dodging too early. He could have just avoided the situation by timing his dodge. Because in this situation, what's Jason gonna do? Right? Jason, he has a few options, right? He could go for Airwalker up special and turn around, put you in the blast zone, you'll die at 0, right? That is something that you would have to delay a dodge for. He could go for what he goes for, right? The aerial down special. A delayed dodge would beat that as well. He could also try to jump back and Sair, right? Also something you could probably delay your dodge for. In all these situations, if you just delay your dodge a little bit to kind of catch an attack, all of Jason's moves come out a little too slow, so that in all these situations, if you just dodge at the right time, you'll dodge through it, and then Jason's will be at a disadvantage. The thing about this, though, and why I bring this up, is, and I'm sure Pumbaa knows, Jason has a quirky little interaction on his side special, and a lot of people don't know this, so I feel like I see a lot of top level Jasons get away with this way too much because people don't know this. If Jason does his side special and doesn't buffer anything out of it, he's in a ton of in lag, and it's that way in the air too, right? This is the earliest I can dodge if I'm not buffering something, right? And you can't buffer dodge out either, so this is like pretty much the exact soonest I can do something. But if he cancels it with an attack or a jump, right, I can do something, right? But in this situation, if you're doing jab into smoke, right, you'd have to cancel it with like a jump and then delay an option to catch a jab, which you could do, right? Or immediately go for an attack, right? And if you immediately go for an attack, there's a big issue there, right? Because if you immediately go for attack and someone delays their dodge, right? Then obviously they'll just dodge the attack and you'll get hit. And now you're in a bad situation where you're out one jump because you had to use your jump to like kind of put yourself in a position to actually be able to hit them with like a Sarah or something. And then if you do what Pumbaa did here, he used a jump and then an aerial down special. So now he's out a jump and one special, right? That's a lot of risk. I mean, you don't lose a special if you do it here, right? You can do 3 specials if you do it from here. So he still has one jump and one special left with all of his dodges left. But at the same time, the bigger issue here is that if you don't cancel anything, let's say you know the dodge is coming, right? You know the dodge is coming, so you're like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna wait it out, right? You have so much in lag on it that you can't really wait out the dodge like that. So in order to like catch options, you have to cancel it with something, and you can just dodge it every time, especially if you're DIing up like the Joker did here, right? You can just delay the dodge and DI up, so you don't have to worry about Sair. The biggest things you have to worry about is double jump nair and as well as double jump airwalker up special. Whoops, not that. You also have to worry about, whoops, I keep messing it up. So you can't actually combo from smoke. It's always a read. Yes, there's no true combos from smoke. I've had a lot of Jasons tell me that there is a true combo with Monstrous specifically. If you do Monstrous, you can do a true combo into Sair, but I have never gotten it to work. I have never seen it, and I've never seen anyone prove it to me that that is a thing. But basically, oh wait, I don't even have Airwalker on. That might be why. But basically, what all these options count on you doing is you panicking and dodging too early, right? Even grounded jab teleport or jab teleport. Yes, even that's not true. It's true if people DI like literally in the worst way possible. Because it relies on a ground bounce in order to be true, right? Here. I can literally just make Shaggy here dodge, right? Here, we'll have him dodge we'll have him dodge in after hit stun, because that's like a little bit more accurate to what the problem is, right? Jab, teleport, jab, right? He doesn't ground bounce, so there's that, right? And I'll do jab in just to make sure as well. Jab, teleport, jab. Whoops. Pumbaa, I hate to be the guy to break it to you. There is no way to make it true. It is not true. Oops, not that. I've held back. I've tried everything. The only way it's true is if they DI either down and away, or down, or away. And it depends on the character too, because lighter characters are putting more hit stun. So for example, if we want to try Harley, right? If we want to try Harley, we do jab. Whoops, I keep messing it up. If we want to do jab, teleport, jab. Well, all right, even there it wasn't true, right? Here, let me have her dodge away after hit stun, because sometimes against lighter characters, if they DI away, what will end up happening is their trajectory will be taken, like, it'll be taken away from their upwards trajectory, and it'll kind of be put horizontal and more downwards. In those situations, if people DI away, they'll get the ground bounce and you'll get the reset, right? No, even then, like, so it's legitimately just people not choosing an action soon enough, and just accepting the ground bounce, like they're trying to avoid like a dodge. But in that situation, like, oh, okay. So here, yeah, we see that she doesn't dodge, or she's DIing away here, and she got the ground bounce, right? But if people DI up every time, that's not a problem, right? Now it works on DI away against Harley because she's the lightest character in the game. She gets put in more hits done, and that would make it true on DI away. But if she just DIs up or DIs in, it's not true. So in this situation Puma is in, he's sort of cooked unless he makes a hard read. Yes. Yes. Unfortunately, yes. But there is safer ways to go about it. There's safer ways to go about it. And Puma does do this later, and he actually we'll get to it because he ends the tournament with this, right? When he does, you can always cancel it with a jump, right? And this is quite good because if people delay their option, you can just jump, delay your option, and then hit their dodge, right? But this still requires a read, right? So there's definitely merit here. This is definitely an option you can go for, and it's not like you go for this, you lose, right? Because otherwise, if the answer was just as simple as just delay your dodge, lol, I would say don't do this ever. Never ever do this. Never ever do jab, jab, smoke at 0%. Like whenever you're sending someone off stage. But because Jason can cancel it with jump, if you have a hard read and you know that they're going to do that, you can kill them at 0. And Puma knows this. He's very good at this, and we will see this later. It makes me really happy to see. Now, me personally, I don't got that dog in me. Whenever I'm like about to send someone off stage, the option I go for is like either like jab, jab, down tilt into jump cancel, and I'll try to catch like a dodge or a jump afterwards, or I'll do like jab, jab, neutral attack. This works in some situations too. I know it doesn't say true hit stun combo here, so you know this could obviously be the bot being like, I don't know. I think once they hit the ground, they enter a little bit more in lag, and I don't think training mode accounts for that. Oh well, there it was true. But yes, there's definitely reasons to go for this, and if you are good at making this read, you can cook them. You can just kill them because like the consequences of them not going for like a delayed dodge is them getting hit with this, and then they'll die at 0. It doesn't say true hit stun combo because dodge start. Oh yes, because dodges are they start on frame 2. Yes, you're right. But yes, jab, jab, neutral attack, from all my experience, is true, except against, like, specific heavyweights. It's really annoying, but here's a little fact for you guys if you guys don't know it yet. Depending on your weight, you'll get put in more or less hit stun. So Jason is one of the heaviest characters in the game outside of Iron Giant. We can't use Iron Giant because of a nerf he got a while back ago. But Jason is, like, the heaviest character in the game, so as far as hit stun goes, and he's tied with Superman. So there's some combos that just won't work on him. I guess this one will work on him, but yeah, that one will work on him. It's true enough, but there are certain combos that will not work on Jason that'll work on everyone else. For example, I hate to plug myself. Actually, I don't. Fuck you guys. I'm plugging myself. I made a Jason combo a long time ago called Hell's Razor. Pumbaa, and while you're here, I'm going to use this time to shill it to you, because there's a lot of situations where I see you land a rage-empowered jab, and you don't kill them. Now, granted, you can only do this against people who are below midweight. So, Jason, it doesn't work on. I actually made an entire chart for who it does and doesn't work on. But basically, once you get to, you know, I'll show you on someone it does work on first. We'll start on Harley. But basically, once someone gets to around this %, jab down air, jab rage empowered down air is true. Oh my god. It's tight. I swear. Oh no, I'm a fraud now. Ah, okay, let's try 80. I haven't waited for this combo in so long! Did they fix it? I know they like fixed it at one point, but I didn't think they fixed it this crazily. Okay, maybe disregard me. Maybe ignore that Hell's Razor even existed, because I swear he got shadow nerfed. Because this used to be a thing. Rage and Power jab into IED down air used to be a thing, I swear. Alright, never mind. Ignore me. Like, I know that they nerfed jab 1's hit stun and they took out original Hell's Razor, but I didn't know they shadow nerfed the enhanced Hell's Razor. So, ignore me. Hell's Razor doesn't exist. It's propaganda. Told you to by Jason. No, I don't think charge matters. I don't think charge affects the amount of hit stuns you put someone in. Whoops. This was not in any of the patch notes, so I'm very upset if this is the case, because I remember labbing this after jab 1 got nerfed. I don't know. Yeah, ignore. Hell's Razor doesn't exist anymore. I'm guessing it just got shadow nerfed and they just didn't tell anyone, which is kind of annoying. Yeah, charge only affects health. It doesn't affect hit stun or knockback. All right. You beat that Pumbaa guy and ranked a couple times. Is this true, Pumbaa? I know you got a crazy win rate. You don't lose to very many people. I know you know who you lose against. All right. See, okay. Now he's playing it very well, right? He's playing from ledge. His spacing could definitely use a little work here because he's still getting hit with like up airs that he doesn't need to get hit by, and he's just taking all that extra credit he really does not need to get hit by. How do I feel about this smoke? Well, what does the smoke accomplish? The smoke accomplishes him getting back to stage kind of slowly but surely. And it kind of puts him in a situation where he's preferring to land rather than go to ledge. Which I don't know if well, it also stalls a little bit for him to get his dodge meter back. So, I don't know. There's definitely a lot of pros and cons to talk about whenever it comes to him smoking this high. But the immediate thing that my gut reaction is telling you is this is not good. Because now you're down a special. And I don't know if this was before or after Jason's, like, I'm pretty sure his command grab was indeed a thing, but maybe he wasn't used to using the command grab armor just yet. But whenever you're landing, you know, landing with a command grab armor is pretty good. So using a special here kind of puts you in a weird situation where you can't really afford to go for the command grab armor to land. Or because if you do, you risk being put back off stage without a special. And, like, Jason kind of needs his special to, like, actually get back. Okay. Yep. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Remember how I said jab jab side B jab jab is not true if they DI up? This is a really good instance. Even at the higher percent where we would have more hit stun, like, I know it doesn't look like it would hit here, but if you guys play Jason, you guys know that Jason's like jab hitbox hits really, really high above him. And who knows? Maybe the jab wouldn't have hit here. But it looks like, to me, if we go frame by frame, that he is dodging by now. Yep, this looks like a buffered dodge, and the hitbox hasn't even come out. Yeah. Jab jab side B isn't true on Superman for some reason. Yes, that's what I was talking about. Heavier characters take less hit stun. The only exception to this is Iron Giant, because they literally had to change that. They literally had to nerf Iron Giant to make him actually comboable. But yes, against heavier characters, jab jab side B isn't true until very, very late. I wasn't burnout, so I wouldn't have had armor. Oh, that's true. You're right. You're right, Pumbaa. Iron Giant should have less hit stun than Supes, not gonna lie. He used to have less hit stun than Superman, but they had to nerf that because it was getting ridiculous. The charge jab dare works if you jump and fast fall. Let me double check, because I remembered that worked. And that's what I was trying to showcase. Here, I'm sorry I'm booting up multiverses again. I should have just left it open. I remember, because I literally made an entire thing called Hell's Razor based off of it. Like, I made an entire kill confirmed chart based off of Rage Jab 1 into down air. And I have a chart for who it works against and who it doesn't work against. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't work against midweights now because they nerfed it a long time ago. Or not a long time ago. They either nerfed it at the beginning of Season 2 or the end of Season 1. I don't remember. But yes, there's some characters that jab down air just doesn't work on anymore. And it's unfortunately anyone who's middleweight or heavier. And unfortunately, Joker is middleweight, which is quite whack. I don't know why Joker is middleweight. He just is. So here, we're gonna try it on Harley. Maybe my execution was just bad, and I was just, yeah, maybe my execution was just bad, and it's just been a while, right? We'll put her like here. Let me see if I can find my old chart for the jab down air percents working. Okay. I used to have it in the resources for the Jason channel. Open link. Okay, yes. This is the chart I had for it. Beforehand, this worked on everyone except Iron Giant, but then they nerfed it and they made it so that then they nerfed it and they made it so it only worked on a select few characters. So Harley was 60 to 85. So let's go ahead and put her at like 80. Because that's like the threshold where it should really start working. You know, we'll do 75. It's like in the middle. Okay, there it was. Yeah, that's what it was. Wait, no, she wasn't dodging. Lol. Oops, I didn't fastball. Okay, yes. Hell's Razor exists, guys. I wasn't lying. Hell's Razor does exist. Okay. So yes, jab, aerial down air into jab, fastball down air, up special, and this is on DIY. Hell's Razor is real, and I made a chart for it. I haven't updated it since, but basically if you land an empowered rage jab, it goes into down air, which goes immediately into up air, and these are all the percents in which it kills. Unfortunately, like I said, it used to work on against every character and without empowered rage. Jab down air used to be just true on everyone, but they nerfed that. They removed that because I don't think they wanted jab 1 to be true into down air, which I get it. And then I also have like the perks and the stages that it kills earlier or later on. So if you guys are interested, you guys can check out the Jason Discord. I have it pinned in the resources section. Like I said, it's not updated. We don't have Beetlejuice on here, and we don't have the Powerpuff Girls on here. But if you guys are interested in that, Enrage Jab Down Air Up Special is a very good kill confirm that I think more Jasons need to use in general. Okay. All right, we're gonna speed run through the rest of this.
That hit.
Damn, that I'm in the same boat. That hit.
That hit.
Yeah, he's in a bad spot now.
Hitbox?
Yeah.
What is that hitbox?
Yeah.
That hit.
As soon as he hit there, he was dead.
What is that?
He's like really good at stalling here. But
That hit.
yeah, he's in burnout. He's got
What
nothing.
is that hitbox? What is
The only thing that I would say that you need to do better in this situation,
that hit?
because after this initial down air, because you grab ledge, you need to start like if you're gonna do a jump, you need to just be doing an aerial. Even if it wouldn't work, you need to get in the habit of that. Just because you need to be like, otherwise, especially if you're in burnout, you're especially up air, right? There's no way you're gonna make it back otherwise. Yeah, he definitely could have survived here. I can see how this is a little tilting.
What is
Dodging there obviously did nothing,
hit.
right? except like get you killed
What
even
is
harder.
that hitbox?
But if you just did a double jump up air instead,
What
you
is
would
that
have lived.
hitbox, bro?
That hitbox was crazy. That was wild. You were spitting there.
Chill.
Did you
It's fine,
see
it's fine.
that hit?
Okay, now you said, all right, we're gonna find the match that made him swap off Joker because, like you said, I think that has a lot of merit. All right. All right. Bait in the call was the true MVP because he calmed me down so much. That's good. That's good. It's good to have like someone, even if you're not really coaching you, someone to like have your, you know, emotional support, especially when you're playing a game like Multiverses and shit like that can just happen, right? Mm-mm. Okay. Okay, this is a very good Jason strat that I feel like, like I see a lot of the good Jasons abuse it, and rightfully so. Basically, once you have rage, for those of you who don't know, if you sidestep, you don't lose rage. You have a hitbox while you still have armor, so you can just kind of start bullying the shit out of people. It's very, very good. If you have the ability to get rage, and you're just looking for like an opening, definitely go for that. I think this was a misinput. I don't think he wanted to fair. I think he knew he was above him and he wanted to do up air. Yeah, and we can see that, like, I don't know what buffer Pumbaa goes on, but we can see him like do an up air after. So I have a feeling he like buffered Sayer and then like realized that he didn't want Sayer there and then did up air a little too late and it buffered. Let's see. I like him moving around with side special here specifically because he definitely has a good read that he has enough space to where he knows that Matt is going to start charging like his neutral special. And being able to like jump out of the way was a very good way to like bait him to release it early, so that way he no longer has the charge on his neutral special, and he's able to like whip punish him for it as well. And now Matt's actually in a really good. No, Pumbaa, why'd you do that? No, Pumbaa, why? Okay, so Pumbaa here, he was on the edge of greatness. He did something very, very good. Like I said, he baited out the Joker to release his neutral special early, and then he was able to properly whip punish him. Like textbook stuff. But what he should have done here afterwards was keep up the pressure, either with like another Sayer or wait on a dodge, anything like that. But instead, Pumbaa goes back. He walks back. He lets Matt kind of go back to neutral for free. After you land that Sayer, you definitely got to keep the pressure up, one way or another. By the way, it's like midnight for me, so I might not be here for the full stream. All right, I understand, Pumbaa. I'll definitely get you in here another time. Pumbaa, at some point, I want to do a call where we talk about Jason stuff because I want to write a Jason cookbook and I want your opinions on things because, like I said, you play Jason through a different lens than me, and I appreciate your feedback and all the constructive criticism you could provide. You definitely look through a different lens. We'll definitely make it so that we'll definitely find a time where it's good for both of us because I'm East Coast. So it's like roughly 6 p.m. here. So we'll do an early stream on my end so that we can have like a good time for both of us. Jason having to do all this work compared to Play Coco's spin. Dude, maybe I should analyze Play Coco at one point. I don't know. I just see him complaining about people complaining about Finn all the time. All right. But anyways, let's continue. Okay, now this was a little sus. Now that he is like he's went into I'm gonna zone you out with cards mode. And I think this was the good play, right? Because you've seen that he wasn't like gonna threaten you at all, right? He was playing so far back. This is a free rage, and actually no, it was good. It was good. He didn't have a charge. It was good movement, but at the same time, I feel like at least me personally, I would have just preferred to walk around with the empowered rage movement because as soon as you do smoke, he is able to react with that. If he was a little bit like more on top of it, I think he would have just down tilted you here. I find it kind of funny though how much you analyze. Meanwhile, I just play the game for a couple hours for fun, never go into training mode. Yeah. I mean, I think there's definitely two sides of the coin, right? Like a lot of the players who are very, very good. Like I know a lot of players who will just play the game, right? And they don't even really think about it. They just play the game and they get really, really, really good at playing the game just by putting in a ton of hours. Me personally, I've never really had a lot of success with that. I could play a game for a long time, but I won't. Nothing will like really click for me until I like am able to put it into words and I'm able to like really analyze it, and then I'm able to get to a reasonable position, like a pretty okay position. I used to be a coach for a while, so that probably helps. All right. Now we're in a position where now we're in a position where we only have two. What the fuck? Okay, now we're in a position where we only have 2 gray health. I don't know if smoking around's the play, because almost anything will break armor at this point. Like he could just, I don't know why he dash attack. That's beyond me. He could have just up tilted you there, and you would have like been in a juggle situation. You might have been cooked. People need to learn the Jason matchup, bro. Now the second smoke. The second smoke I also don't get. He just panics so much. Okay. We gotta stop smoking around with... Like, when you have armor, I get it. But whenever it's 2 armor... And, like, almost anything will break it, that's when it's a little... That's when it's a little more sus. Jab, jab, smoke. How do you do it? Yep. He DIs up, and it's not a true combo. It happens again. That's good. That's good. So, for those of you who don't know, one of the only options you can't buffer out of smoke is dodge. So, in order to jump here, he has to jump and then dodge. So, it uses a lot of bar, but if you're like really scared that someone's gonna like, you know, do what he's doing, you kind of need to avoid like an armor breaking option. You kind of have to do that. Okay. Yep, we're back at the ledge. Just play it safe. Yep. Maybe a little too close, but that's good. That's good. You just want to throw out those stairs. This is a very good adaptation. You just want to throw out those stairs at a good range where you don't really have to worry too much about dash attack. Ooh, that was good. That was good. Dash attack. I need to lab more enraged dash attack. I don't know too much about it. That's something I'm not too sure. The playstyles between Pumbaa and the best NA Jason are very different. Yes, very much so. I think Pumbaa has a very different playstyle, and I've run into other Grandmaster Jasons that have a very similar playstyle to Pumbaa. Who's the best NA Jason? I don't know. I like to call myself the best NA Jason, but I'm not. I'm not anywhere near that rank. Let's see. I mean, we're not gonna be able to see. I need to get Jazz on top of the twos grind more, because I only play twos with Jazz, and we still haven't even gotten masters this season. Just because we haven't been playing too much. My fucking Banana Guard is higher ranked than me in twos. I don't play ones. I just played him like a couple of times just to get like placed, because I noticed that you could get placed in like gold. I don't play nearly enough ones. I want to get into ones though. That's a big reason why I'm doing this analysis. I'm trying to figure out like what the top Jasons and ones are doing. And I think it might help my gameplay in twos to get better in ones as well. Let's see. I don't know any of these guys. Man, the top 3 Jasons only master 2. Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, I'm not familiar with any of these. I know Tickletoe. I know that one. I see him pretty often. Everyone else I'm not too familiar with. I don't see very often. So, honestly, Tickletoe might be the top NA Jason. Xavier Buckets plays Superman. So is Tamanakuro plays Shaggy. Yeah, it looks like the Jason, at least in 1v1s, could definitely use a little bit more competitiveness. I beat Sam's today. Me and him are friends. Okay. That's good. The best Jason I've run into is probably Narpy, but he doesn't play ranked. So, it's really hard to say. Trying to see if I remember seeing any of these Jasons. I see Mog Attack a lot. Oh, hey, you're near the top of 2s as well. That's good. Mog Attack might be the best NA Jason, but I don't know. You can't like tell like who's NA, who's not NA. I haven't lost against any 2s Jason. I don't really think I have either. I lost against like one Jason that I remember feeling I felt so bad because I thought they were a scrub, dude. But yeah, the Jason oh, are you? Oh yeah. Dude, it's so crazy to see that like a lot of the 2s Jasons don't play 1s at all. Tickles, yeah, okay. Tickle is the best NA Jason. That's what I thought. I thought Tickletoe was probably the best. Used to be #1 ranked Jason in 1s and 2s. Okay, I hear you. Yeah, I need to get on the grind myself. I limit myself a little bit because I only play 2s with my 2s partner, which his name is Jazz. He plays Samurai Jack. And I tell myself I'm not gonna go too much further past Jazz, and I'm only gonna play when he's available. But you know, we both are grown ass men with jobs that take up a lot of time. I work the night shift. He works like a morning shift, so we don't have nearly as much time as we'd like to grind. I'm getting to the point where I think I just need to grind when Jazz isn't around, but we'll see. But I'll at least be grinding 1s, so I'm sure you guys can tune in for that. I definitely want to learn. You sold my 2 turret though. Rip. Damn. Okay. Let's get back. We got a lot to get through. Yeah, I don't know too much about rage dash attack. I need to like lab that. I don't know what's like if there's anything true. This looks like a very, very good situation to be in though. He was like 150-50 away from like being up an entire another stock though. Yep, this is good. I think, at least me personally, I would have preferred to go for up tilt here. But then again, because I don't really think, you don't really get anything here, especially if he DIs up and dodges. I mean, I imagine what you expected to do, because I'm pretty sure you were expecting that you were just going to be able to true connect the jab and smoke again and just kill him. But, he knows what he's doing. This combo has not worked on him literally every time. And you're, like, it's to the point where you're going to start getting punished every time for it. Yeah, and you literally died for going for it. So that's definitely a combo route. I would highly recommend getting out of your muscle memory, Pumbaa. It is not true. It works against people who do not know the matchup. Now, granted, I'm sure you can steal so many rank points like that. So yeah, in this situation, I definitely would have went for jab. You had the spacing for jab up tilt, I'm pretty sure. So one thing that you guys should probably know about Jason, and I'm putting out a Jason guide relatively soon. There is 3 routes that you should really be going for on Jason at any given time whenever you land a jab. It's jab down tilt, which is definitely the worst in reward in as far as 3 goes, because you don't get anything true after the down tilt. You're just put in a good position to make a read or wait on a dodge and then try to get an extension or a reset off of that. So it's not the best. But it makes up for the problem with jab jab up tilt. And the problem with jab jab up tilt is that if someone's like far enough away, it just straight up won't connect. It'll just drop and you won't be able to go into your juggle situation. But the thing about his jabs is that you can actually react to the spacing by the time you land the jab 2 to decide if you want to go into jab up tilts or down tilts. So you can do jab up tilt. You can do jab up tilt if you are able to like react and see that they're close enough, and that'll go into your up airs. That it's true. It goes true into your up air, by the way. And then you can play a 50-50 there, and it's a 50-50 where if you guess correctly, they will die. They will just straight up die. And then the third one, and that's the one that Pumbaa likes doing a lot, is jab smoke. Jab smoke is not bad. I know I'm giving him a lot of shit here for doing jab smoke here, but that's because he's going for jab afterwards. Because a lot of Jasons are under the impression that this is true, and this is not. This is not true. In this situation, though, there is a lot he could do. He could do jump nair. He could do jump up air. He could do jump sair. There's a lot of things that he could do to catch this dodge, right? So it's not bad in the sense of. Okay, I think the best way to phrase it is it does the exact same thing down tilt does, but with corner carry, right? Down tilt, there's nothing true that you get afterwards. You're going for a read, right? In the same way that there's nothing true after jab smoke. But they both put you in really good positions where you can make a pretty high value read afterwards, especially if they don't know what they're doing with jab, especially if your opponent is not familiar with the counterplay to jab smoke. Because if they're not familiar with the counterplay, you can do jab smoke into jab smoke, and you can just kill them, as he probably attempted to do here. Because if he landed jab smoke here, the Joker was dead. But obviously it's not true. But that's not to say it's bad, because you can. That's not to say it's bad, because this does put you in a good position for reads. Obviously, he could have done jump up air. He could have charged up tilt. He could have waited on an option and then clipped him with grounded up special to have him burn an option and then put him in a really bad situation off stage where he's down either a dodge or a jump or like a special, whatever. But the difference between jab side special and jab down tilt that's really important is jab side special will give you more corner carry and put you in a horizontal situation where you can make a read that will potentially put you into an edge guard situation. Jab down tilt puts you in a vertical situation where you can make a read that will put you into a juggle situation. So you really have to weigh the pros and cons of like, do I want to put this character off stage or do I want to juggle them? Against Joker, honestly, neither situation is that great, so you can do either or. Like, it's really difficult to edgeguard Joker because he has like very large hitboxes to kind of cover himself, as well as Shark from the ledge. And it's also really difficult to juggle Joker because Pogo's so good at hitting below him. So it's really up to your discretion which route you really want to go for. But the moral of the story is don't go for jab. Don't go for jab. It's only going to work if they do nothing. That's like literally the only option. And it only works if they're pressing a button or doing nothing. And I can at least understand that this is like a all or nothing read. Right. That's a good jump catch. I don't like this smoke here. Like, he's even able to, like, throw... Like, ideally, the reason you'd want to use smoke in these situations is to call out someone pressing a committal button. But Joker presses the button he thinks is committal, and he still has the time to, like... He still has the time to hit Jason before Jason can hit him. This is why I don't really like moving around with Smoke as Jason. It definitely has its merits, especially against certain characters. You need to do it, but with a caution. Oh my god. You guys see that? Holy hitbox. He just barely dodges it too. That's like the most sad part. This hits. Oof. I really wish Jason had a disjoint. Is it really too much to ask? I know I'm like preaching the same song and dance that literally every Jason sings, but is it really too much to ask that he has disjoints on his disjointed moves? Like, just make his arm disjointed, dude. Jason doesn't need buffs. I agree. Jason's in a very good spot. I think Jason is a lot better than people give him credit for. But this is... But you gotta admit, this is annoying. I don't think Jason needs buffs. I think he's in a good spot, and I actually think he's much higher on the tier list than people ever give him credit for. I don't think he needs buffs at all. I think buffs would make him broken, but I do think he needs consistency fixes. I hate when people fall out of up air for no reason. It's not even a DI thing. I've tested it. People will just fall out because they'll fall out, because the hitbox is really bad. I hate whenever I get hit. Like, when I hate the fact that my moves that I feel like should be disjointed get beat out by actual disjointed moves like that. Jason is top 5 on my tier list, lol. I don't like that, but that's just the game. Dude, I think Jason's top 3 in 2s. I agree. I think Jason's very good. But obviously it's kind of annoying. Like, I don't care if they have to like nerf him to compensate. But in 1's top 5, all right. I could see it. I could definitely see it. But I mean, I don't know enough about 1's to really like make an argument with you on that either. The big issue, and the big issue that I have with calling him top 5 is that I think Jason has... Here, let me reset this. Here, I'll very quickly make a rough tier list. Or here, we'll just say, well, winning... Even... Losing. Well, yeah, we'll just do it like this. We'll just make it very, very quick. I promise this won't take long. Wins against Banana Guard. He's even against Black Adam. He might actually be winning against Black Adam, honestly. Garnet, he's winning. Arya, even. Maybe winning, but even. Bugs, winning, I think. And even, maybe? All right. Okay. I'll put you on call. Go ahead, start the call. I need to know more about 1's. I don't know enough about 1's. Okay, you're in the call. I got you. Oh. All right, bro. Talk your shit. I need to know. What I don't know about Jason and 1's.
Okay, so you heard about J Mafia, right?
Yeah, I know J Mafia.
Yeah. He actually tried to convince me that Banana Guard is definitely an even matchup. Because Banana Guard, when Jason is in Burnout, Banana Guard destroys them so much. He literally can 0 to death me so easily with just doing up tilt into up air into up special. And even when I do have dodge meter, it is true. And it killed me so early, and it really annoyed me.
I've seen him do that against other characters that aren't Jason too. It's kind of crazy. Yeah.
Like Banana Guard is actually like really good right now.
Yeah.
I definitely don't think that's a winning matchup for Jason.
Yeah. Maybe I'm just I'm thinking of it too much from a 2's perspective. Do you think Batman is not losing though?
Yeah, I think Batman is like pretty even, or maybe even winning, because I have had 0 troubles against Batman players.
That's interesting.
And I've played against some really good Batmans.
That's interesting.
So I don't know.
That's interesting to hear because I mean maybe I'm just thinking about it before he got reworked because like dude whenever he was not reworked it was so annoying because like his dash attack was very difficult to deal with
Yeah.
and obviously if he took too fast to block not only would it like obviously break our armor he would also be able to low profile under our Sair like which is a big part of our a neutral in general and obviously his juggling on us is very very good and I think one of the bigger offenders is Batarang is very good at shutting down people with disjoints, but I want to let you talk a little bit on how you personally deal with Batarang.
Well, I mean, with Batarang, like, you can basically just armor it, and that counters it mostly, and because his armor break kind of got nerfed, now it's like that really punishable, or like very easy to punish move, where you just like the 2 hits, and he kind of runs forward a bit. So, because he only has that as an armor break right now, I find it quite easy to deal with him.
Okay.
If he has armor killer, it might be a bit harder, but even then, like, I find it, personally, I find it quite easy to deal with.
Okay.
So that's like my experience right now.
But you
when like asked, yeah.
I was gonna say, but you think Joker is losing, right?
Yes, it's definitely one of the hardest matchups.
Yeah.
Even though he got nerfed, like that flower basically destroys anything I normally would go for, especially with teleport. Like you've been shitting on my teleport so much this stream, which like I get. Okay, I've been spamming it in the past, but yeah, against most characters it does work quite well, especially against Steven Zanisha. I don't know if you know him, but he raged so hard when I beat him in tournament just because he could not counter my teleport.
Hey, I remember seeing there's an entire tweet thread that was going on about like wanting to nerf Jason's teleport. I remember.
Yeah, people really hate teleport. But yeah, Joker definitely still one of the hardest characters to deal with just because of Flower. He has really good combos, like his down air combos into itself. Like if Jason is on the ledge, he can just spam it, and even though if you tech like to any side, if he just stays in the same spot, it will still combo. Same thing with Iron Giant. Iron Giant can combo Nair into down air as many times as he wants, just because Jason cannot get that much distance. So that's something that I like really hate against like those 2 characters.
Do you know
Iron Giant's still a winning matchup though?
I was about to say, do you know that Jason has like basically an infinite on Iron Giant? It's really funny.
Yeah. Especially with up air, you just destroy Iron Giant so much.
Dude,
like
jab down tilt is so funny on heavy characters. I don't know why exactly it's true, but jab down tilt is like a loop on so many heavy characters, and Iron Giant's definitely the worst.
Yeah, but Iron Giant has burst.
Yes, Iron Giant does have burst, so that does help him out quite a bit.
Like something that really annoyed me is I will go for Airwalker up special a lot, and Iron Giant can burst out and literally kill you if you're not careful, and that's like something that really annoys me about that matchup. But still, it's like very winning. There's a streamer called Online with Bobo. He literally blocked me just because we ran into each other so many times, and he's never won. And he gets so annoyed. So I enjoy that.
Yeah, I agree. I think Iron Giant is also winning. There is a matchup that I really wanted to ask you about because it's been a pain point for me specifically recently, and I don't know if I'm just being salty or if other Jasons also think it's quite bad. But I'm not a big fan of LeBron right now. I don't know how it is in 1s, but in 2s, it's he's got quite a lot of screen control, and obviously his armor breaking combo starting Nair is quite annoying to deal with from time to time whenever you're dealing with like a lot of different people, but it doesn't have like a bunch of range, so I imagine you can just kind of like in 1s you can just outspace him most of the time. But what's your thoughts?
Yeah, actually really good question, because I got beat by a LeBron in tournament, which really surprised me, because before that I kind of saw LeBron as like a low B tier maybe. And after I gave it some thought, I also played against Fat Packs, Shaggy, and then LeBron recently.
Interesting.
And yeah, it's like his armor break, his Nair is really good. He also has an armor break on the ground, which is also combos. His like balls are really hard to deal with. You can dash attack to destroy them, but then you're really easy to punish. You can armor them, but then you take so much damage that it just doesn't really make sense, because then every other move basically like destroys your armor completely. The way I've been able to deal with him is just destroying his balls, making him throw the balls off stage while like baiting him. And then when he doesn't have them, all of his moves are really punishable.
Yes.
So if you dodge them, you can just combo him for ages. And if you do not let him hit you and just go for armor, it's like really easy to deal with. So I haven't had that much trouble against LeBron's ever since learning the matchup in that way.
All right. There's at some point there's a specific player I want you to fight, because believe it or not, in my state, in the U.S., we actually have the best LeBron, Christopher. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, Chris X Tofers. I know him. I see him being live right now.
Yeah.
I've played against him in twos, and I think I lost.
Yeah.
Barely.
Yeah, he's we try to run locals over here, and he's still like he kind of gate kept us, me and my teammate. I was like, I mean, one of the big issues I have with Jack Jason is that outside of projectile wall and Jason's dash attack, you know, we kind of get outboxed by a lot of like heavy, like a lot of people who are very prone to projectiles. And I'm pretty sure the team comp was like LeBron Marvin or something, and it was just, dude,
okay, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, bro, come on.
That is really hard to deal with. I think Rich might be even worse.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and twos Rich is really hard to deal with at times. Not in once. In once, it's the most winning matchup I've ever seen.
Okay.
It is literally like, do you know Smokey?
No, I'm not familiar with that one.
He's the number one rate. He's been the number one rate in ones and twos the last season, and yeah, he's like a person that goes into my streams a lot. He's my duos mate currently, and he hates playing against me. He literally said that Jason might be his worst matchup just because armor counts as anything he can do.
Yeah.
Like he struggles hard.
I can definitely see that, because Rick really doesn't have a good armor breaking option aside from like maybe taking like. He might be able to take the fully charged thing with Sayer, because Sayer charges pretty fast, I think. But
yeah, that's what most rigs do. Another thing is his jab is actually a multi-hit, so if he has armor killer, he can go for jab. But it is also the most punishable jab in the game, so it's a risk.
Oh, I remember when it wasn't. Don't you worry.
Yeah, bro. That was like back then I really struggled against him, but now that Rick got nerfed, it's so easy to win actually.
Oh, there's one thing I really wanted to ask you. I'm sorry to cut it relatively short.
All good.
But you know, I want to make sure I get as much of this VOD review as possible. I still want to go through the Wonder Woman, because I think there's a lot I want to start like, you know, praising you for in the Wonder Woman match, especially the end, dude. The way that this video ends,
defensive. I was so happy. I had to cut the end because I went off on a tangent for like 2 minutes, so I cut that out for a YouTube video because I was so uncomfortable.
I get you. I understand. But there's a character that I don't know if you've noticed has been slowly rising through the scenes, and like kind of in a weird. Well, I think Rain Dog has kind of been like a low key character for a while, but no. Taz. I think Taz has been slowly becoming more and more of a threat as time goes on. And at first, now hear me out. At first I thought it was just a conspiracy theory, but then I looked at like the top 100 ranked, and I started looking at the win rates. The win rates right now is Taz is the second highest win rate character in the game. He's got a low pick rate, so
in twos.
Yes, in twos.
Yeah.
And then in twos, there is 3 Tazes in the top 10 of Grandmaster. Yeah. So I'm starting to think it's a little bit more than a conspiracy theory. I don't know how he's doing in ones. I haven't really checked. There's...
Yeah, because I mostly know about the ones. Taste the Toast is a guy that is also a lot in my chat, and we play against each other quite often.
Okay.
So that's like my one's perspective on it. I used to hate the matchup. I used to call it like one of Jason's worst, like top 5 worst matchups.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I see it more neutral. Like he does struggle against Jason's armor. You can, if you know how to space your moves correctly, you can counter his tornado and his up special just by doing upper and up special as well. So I think it's like one of the more even matchups.
Interesting.
Probably, just I wouldn't feel comfortable saying it's a losing matchup, but I also wouldn't feel comfortable saying it's a winning matchup.
Yeah, because it's still a matchup that I personally struggle with, and at least I would put it in losing because I don't really think I can think of too many situations aside from like juggling, or I guess you could just if you see
Oh wait, there's a
cloud.
clip you can. Juggling just triggered a memory for
Okay.
me, and there's a clip against Taste the Toast I recently got, which made me really happy.
Okay, yeah, because in the juggling situation, yes, I think up air is very, very good. Candling tornado. Same thing with up special as well. Um, and even if you see the cloud, I'm sure you can just go to ledge and then like ledge camp the cloud or the tornado and be fine for the most part. But
Yeah, that's what I mostly do.
but I'm not really too. I think the way I play and the way you play really highlights the reason why I might struggle with Taz and you don't, because I play very defensive. I like my Sair walls. I used to be really big on the grounded up special train, but it ended up like
Okay.
yeah, I ended up eating way too many punishes for being off on my reads. But
No.
I tend to play it a little bit safer. A lot of Nair, a lot of Sair. I don't ever go for like jab jab smokes into reads. I usually just go for jab jab up tilt or jab jab down tilt and then jump cancel it to see if I can like bait out a dodge or something like that. But I think that your play style, kind of like scrapping with them and using your hitboxes to just kind of like beat out a lot of what Taz wants to do, kind of highlights a big difference in our play style, I think. So, have you sent the clip or?
Yeah, I've sent a
Okay.
clip. It's just a small little clip of me zero to deathing him in a really
All
dumb
right.
way.
Let me check this out.
Because you can utilize your range to like such an insane extent.
Oh,
Like that's a
yeah.
true combo, and I read the
Yeah.
dodge, and yeah, like that
Uh-huh.
reverse on the up air is just
Mm-hmm.
basically something that I've been trying
Uh-huh.
to like perfect, and
It's
it's so funny.
it's very, very good. The only question I have here is like, man, why is Taste of Toast not going for like down air or something here? I'm guessing he's like,
He's very scared of me dodging it. He's
mm-hmm.
done it a lot in the past, and I've always dodged it and got like jab jab
Mm,
teleport into like some read, and so he
mm-hmm.
doesn't really do it anymore.
I see, I see. Okay, I can understand that. All right, well,
Yeah, so like
go on.
yeah, for me it's like I always adapt to the person I play against. So when I
Mm-hmm.
play against a person for the first time, it's like really hard for me. But then like the more I play them, the easier it normally gets. Because Jason has like
Mm-hmm.
he can play any playstyle. You can be the most offensive Jason and do well, and you can be the most defensive Jason and do well. And that's why I love the character. Like he's so versatile, even though his
Mm-hmm.
like moveset is pretty basic, I would
Mm-hmm.
say.
I
So yeah.
agree. I love Jason, dude. Uh, but I'll ask you one last question before I let you go, because I do know it's late on your end over there. Um, but Ajax has been very cryptically hinting at Jason buffs. What do you think they'll do without breaking the character? Because I'm pretty sure both me and you agree that I don't think this character needs buffs.
Yeah, I definitely think Jason should get nerfed actually,
Mm-hmm.
and have something like his teleport get made like worse in some way,
Mm-hmm.
um, because I think it's like definitely it carries him very strongly right now. But maybe that's just because I play him in a very specific way. So something that you could buff about Jason, I think the most obvious thing is obviously Bag, because the only
Mm-hmm.
good thing about Bag right now is that it can kill at 100 if you know how to utilize the bug that is in the game right now, with it's doing like insane knockback if the person gets out mid, like what do you call it, like mid slap.
Oh, is that why that happens sometimes? I was wondering.
Yeah, I could try to share my screen actually, which is there is like very different timing depending on where you want to send your opponent. If you
Mm-hmm.
do it like so he gets out at the very end, he gets thrown forward. If you do it like at the middle, he will get sent up into the sky, and it can kill at like insane percents
Okay.
if you do it right.
Interesting. Yeah. I was not aware why that would happen sometimes, but I'm very interested to see.
Yeah, it's like the most disrespectful kill you can get.
Mm-hmm.
But they like I Ajax recently was in my stream, and I did type a bit with him. like I taught T-type, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and I did bring it up, and he said that he was going to fix it. There's also another bug that's currently in the game with Jason. That is that his neutral special in the air, if you do it on the side of the map, the enemy doesn't get knocked back once but twice. So it's actually in a lot more hit stun, which
Interesting.
just makes down special true, and down special is true makes down air true. So you just kill your opponent instantly if you go for a neutral special.
That is really interesting. I was not familiar with these bugs.
Yeah, they are like I have 4,400 wins on Jason. Like
Uh-huh.
I've been playing the character so much, so
Yeah.
I do see those things a lot more.
Yeah, you're definitely quite the grinder. I mean, you're top 4 in the world for a really good reason. So
I
I
mean,
I respect
yeah.
I respect it. I mean, hold on, how many wins am I at? I think I'm only at like, yeah, I don't even have my 5 stars yet. I'm at 2,300.
Oh,
But
that's still a lot though.
yeah, I'm getting up there. I'm trying.
Hmm. I see, I see. I mean, I do just probably have a lot more free time than most people.
Hmm. But yeah. I think that Bag obviously is a good contender. Roar is another one.
Yeah, that was the next one I was going to bring up. It's not that. I mean, it's terrible actually. Why am I
Mhm.
even trying to say anything
Yeah.
else?
It
It
kills at
can kill.
140. Yeah.
Yeah, depending on the character, I've seen it kill at 110
Okay.
against like a Holly, but it's so situational. I do go for it sometimes off stage
Hmm.
with like I do Airwalker and then I do Roar just because no matter where they dodge, they will get hit.
Hmm.
Since it does have a pretty good hitbox. But like even then, just use teleport. It basically does the same, but it's
Yeah.
1,000 times more safe.
Yeah. I
And you
mean,
keep your armor.
yeah. I mean, you could honestly hit him with anything, and it would probably kill about the same. But
Way earlier even, yeah.
yeah. But
So Roar, I should see that getting buffed. I
mhm,
don't think it's necessary. Like right now, it's just in case you need to get rid of your armor for some reason, which
mhm,
like I don't know why you would ever do that, but still, I
mhm.
think it's fine the way it is.
Yeah. I think the
Down
this.
tilt should get buffed.
You think so?
I
What?
never use it.
I use it. I personally use it quite a bit. I think that there's a really annoying interaction with down tilt. Now I don't use it to break armor. I'll definitely say that
Yeah.
for being an armor breaking move, I never do that. Because I think another big difference between your routing and my routing is you like going for a lot of jab jab smoke. Where in but I try to go back and forth between reacting to DI out with down tilt or reacting to DI in with up tilt. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that I was saying it before earlier on stream. I think jab jab down tilt puts you in a lot of the same situations as smoke in execution. Obviously, you're not going to catch someone asleep at the wheel the same way you might with jab jab smoke into jab jab. Um, but it puts you in a really good situation where if you jump cancel it, you can catch a dodge. Your advantage there, so you can catch someone pressing a button if you have a good read. And also like you're not gonna whiff it the same way you would if you tried going for up tilt. I mean the worst part about going for jab jab up tilt is that if your spacing is off or if you misjudge, it just you'll just completely whiff, right?
Yeah. I mean, like, the reason I mostly don't go for down tilt is because it does, like, an insanely low amount of damage.
Hmm.
Meanwhile, teleport, like, I
Yeah.
think Jab Jab Teleport does 16 to 17, Jab
Yes.
Jab Down Tilt does 10. And for me, I love being off stage. So
Yeah.
getting that distance in with Teleport is just something that I enjoy a lot more.
Yeah, I tuned into your stream at one point, and I noticed you are so good at catching those panic options off stage
Yeah.
with whenever you jab jab teleport someone. It's definitely a place you are very comfortable with, and I immediately like the next day after tuning into your stream, I was like, dude, I gotta try that shit. And every time I went for it, I would literally die every time. Like it was, I would guess wrong. They'd
Yeah.
spike me. I'm like, well, I guess I don't got that dog in me. That's not my play style.
It
But
really depends on your opponent. Because
uh
like against the Shaggy, I would always recommend going for dodge and up air
Mm-hmm.
Or like on stage, just jump into up air.
Mm-hmm.
Juggling with up air is also something that's just like insanely overpowered right now. Also, I just want to mention Narpink. I know that you're here. I can see your messages, and that they amused me immensely.
Yeah.
Um,
Narpy, I'll get in VC with you too. Narpy, if you want to talk your shit, I'll get in VC with you too, bro. Narpy is another Jason I very much so respect. He's
yeah, I've sadly not played against him, probably because he is NA.
yeah. He's one of the best Jasons I've ran into. He doesn't play a lot of ranked. I think whenever he did play ranked, he was a top 10 Jason for a while.
Interesting. Could you go on his win rate? Because I will yell at you, but I kind of want him to join the call. I'll be
Yeah.
honest, because I'm very curious.
You know what? We can join the Jason. We can join the Jason's main Discord if you want.
I am very down.
All right. We'll go ahead and we'll jump in. We'll just jump in general. Narpy, go ahead. Come on, join us in there.
Dude, you both make me so mad.
All right, Narpy, talk your shit.
Worst opinions ever.
All right, talk your shit.
Okay, I am very
Oh, wait,
open here to listen.
Alright, I can hear you now. What's up?
All right, what's up?
Yo, hi.
What's up? My fault. I didn't mean to be angry.
Oh, you were number 1 at one point, Narpy?
I was number 1 when it ended. I was number 1 for like
shit.
half the season.
Oh shit! I do
Wait,
remember
season 2.
Wait, what'd you say?
In season 2, you were number 1.
Yeah, season 2. I was number 1.
Yeah, he
Well,
played
not at the
PvP.
end.
I was a 2v2
He's-
mostly.
he's-
I was like,
his
I was
name.
number 5 in
his-
1v1, I think.
His name was not Narpy. It was Fajuk MVS.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yes, he
Right.
he was very, very highly ranked.
I won the that one fucking tournament too. It
Yeah.
probably didn't mean anything, but
Yeah, it didn't really mean too much, but you know, I respect it. It had a good VOD to review.
it did. Alright. RPS move Joker up to even at least.
Okay, I want to hear your reason.
The problem is there are no good American Joker players. There are amazing European Joker players.
All I'm gonna say is, what does Joker do to Jason? Kills you off of a jab.
That's true.
No,
What?
actually, no. No, okay, I'm already going to interrupt you. Down air is insane, okay? It is
That's
so
gonna do
good.
when I got armor.
Well, he can flower if you have armor.
Okay, what's he gonna do when I dodge when I got armor though? Ooh, how
How are
about
you
that?
gonna dodge flower, the move that you can cancel at any time?
What if I down air? What if I down air spam like I always do?
If you down air spam, he's doing a side B you.
Who's that one Joker that's like really good? Fucking FPZ. I
Corrito.
mean FPV.
No,
FPV
Corito.
switch off
Beat.
of,
No, I want you to beat Corito.
I'll beat anybody. I'm the best.
Okay, yeah, I would love to see it.
Yeah, you know what? If we can get this going, I would love to go ahead and start.
I will fight anybody, and I can guarantee I will either win, or if I lose, I will know why I lost.
Damn. Okay.
There's
I
nothing
love the
Joker can do
confidence.
that Jason
Yeah.
can't counter. Jason can counter.
I
so
actually do. I agree with that.
Mhm.
Partially,
What-
yeah,
what-
I do agree with that. But I still
it's
think from a
even.
base, no, but from a base moveset, Joker has the advantage.
From a base moveset, we're not talking base. This isn't the training room. This is real fucking matches here.
Yeah, but
All right, Puma,
okay.
we are
Listen,
going in the thick
listen.
of it.
Alright.
His
We need to
charts,
factor in human error. We
his
need to factor
charts.
in.
No,
all these
listen.
things.
Shush.
obviously.
His charts can destroy your armor at any point. Okay.
Okay, what if I hit
His
him before he does
flower.
that, though?
Well,
I mean, that's actually kind of a good point. Yeah, I mean, then you win. Like, I'm not
Exactly.
saying it's an unwinnable matchup. I'm just saying that the majority of the time, the number 1 Joker will beat the number 1 Jason.
okay, Narpy.
And that's coming from the number
He ain't
1
beating
Jason
me.
that plays against the number 1 Joker.
Okay,
Hey.
Narpy.
There ain't the only number 1 Jason that's
Oh.
calling me.
Okay, Narpy. I have a question for you because I briefly touched on this whenever I was in Puma's chat.
Yeah.
And I talked with you a little bit about it too. What do you think of Marvin, Narpy?
Marvin?
Marvin.
Bro, Jason. Okay. I used to think.
Wait,
it was
no.
Marvin too.
Let's see it. Let's say it at the exact same time. Okay?
All right.
Okay. 1,
Alright.
2, 3. Winning.
All right, I can see winning. I can see winning. I can see winning.
I'm surprised you would say that any matchup is even, because for you, any matchup is winning. Like, from what I can tell.
No. There's one matchup that I know is
I'm
winning, but I
listening.
suck at, and that's Bugs, bro. I suck so bad versus Bugs.
I destroy every box player.
Yeah, that's something I gotta get better at. I suck
Mhm.
versus Bugs, but other than that, I could put up a fight against any character. I feel like I could understand Marvin being winning. I could see that, especially because parries are really good versus down tilt down air, especially when you have to pretty much force it. You know they're gonna use it with your rage usage. It's and then you get a parry. Next thing you know, you got rage down air up special kills at 60. GG. Back to the
Yeah.
lobby.
I still need to get in the habit of trying to parry Marvin down tilt, because like I still don't get quite what you mean.
You can
about...
do it on reaction.
Can you do it on reaction? Really?
Yeah, you can do it just like Arya.
Interesting, because like I remember when someone told me just parry Arya down tilt on reaction, and it changed everything for me.
Yeah, like that matchup's fucking even. Not even even. It's winning.
It's winning, yeah. I was about to say I think Arya's winning.
Yeah,
I think Jason loses one matchup.
Okay, tell me.
Bugs Bunny.
Bugs.
No,
That's only because I suck. That's only because I suck.
All right.
Bugs Bunny is winning. I think actually hard matchups for Jason. I mean, obviously Shaggy is kind of
What?
I thought you guys were gonna agree on Tom and Jerry.
Oh,
Wait.
Tom and Jerry. I mean, it's kind of hard, but it's fine.
Tom and Jerry is the freest matchup at. Oh my god, bro! I hate Europe.
Okay, wait. How many times have you played against Hardcore Thoughts?
Like 8,
How many of those have you won?
7. I lost 1, and if I'm being honest, I kind of threw that game pub. I went for
Yeah,
like
okay.
the world's worst side air, and I lost. I'm able to admit that, but I beat this guy 7 out of the 8 times we played.
Okay,
And
I've
this was
played
when
against him
loops
3
were a
times.
thing. Before the loop, I haven't played him after the loops were removed, but
I see. Wait, but then that means that you've played him like when he wasn't that experienced with the matchup.
dude, that experience. He has loops. I'm Jason, and I shit on him. 3 stock, back to back. Okay, not back to back. I'm being honest. It was a back to back, but I 3 stocked him 2 times.
Okay.
There's a lot of confidence here. Okay, who would you say his worst matchup is then, Narfi? Because I know you're the biggest Jason, but like, look, I've definitely been convinced that Jason is very good and like probably one of the best characters in the game. And obviously, I think people who really know what they're doing agree. Pumbaa also agrees that he is like top 5, top 3 area.
And you guys laughed at me. You guys thought I was crazy.
Hey, I thought you were crazy at first.
never did.
I seen the light.
Exactly.
But I'm curious. You're still the most positive Jason player I know.
I think he's the best character in the game. Okay, that's a lie. That's a lie. I'm sorry. I can't keep that up. No, I think like Iron Giant's better than him.
Really?
No, okay,
Really?
You're crazy. You're crazy.
I thought you were gonna say Wonder Woman. I was like, I can see Wonder Woman.
Not better than Jason. Fuck.
Wonder Woman's good in the
Woman
matchup
is,
against
like,
Jason.
Not whoa, bro. I can't.
Yeah, she is.
Are you talking?
I mean, like,
are we talking?
I find it very easy to dodge her Nair. Like,
You know Jungle?
No, why would no?
I know Jungle.
You don't know Jungle? He wins tournaments. I'm pretty sure he just won Frosty versus.
Oh,
I made that guy switch off of Wonder Woman because I beat his ass so bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought.
And then he hit me. And then he asked me. He said, "Narvi, how do I beat Jason?" I said, "Go Bugs Bunny," and he shit on me. I'm gonna be honest. He kind of destroyed me after that.
I think
like the biggest problem is just that in Europe, people have been playing against my Jason for like a long time, and in America, like the Jason scene isn't that big. Because like,
yeah, I only got the best Jason over here.
Yeah, the Darby does not play, unfortunately. Darby, you need to enter tournaments, bro.
I would enter tournaments if college wasn't kicking my fucking ass, dude. I gotta write a 500-word essay by tomorrow.
Holy shit.
Oh,
Okay.
bro.
Yeah, I'm being a teacher.
Oh, nice.
Hell yeah.
Hey, you can teach us some Jason, dude.
That's the dream right there.
Hey,
Just
I
to have one of my students be like, "Yo, bro, I saw your multiverses gameplay."
Hey, I'm just glad I can get some of the best Jason's mind in call, because like every time I try to engage with the Jason Discord, I feel like I don't really make a lot of leeway in talking about the meta of the character and like talking about the developments for like what the Jason meta looks like going forward, or like I made a bunch of matchup channels for people to discuss all the matchups, but then like the most productive thing that gets discussed in each of the specific character matchup channels is like, I hate Marvin. Let's go. It's like,
Yeah.
all right, come on.
Yeah,
I
they,
definitely get what
they
you
don't
mean.
really they don't really talk about the character. They just complain.
That
And
is true.
but I'm glad to actually get some like productive conversation here and like actually talk about the character, talk about how to deal with other characters, the mentality behind the different play styles. Narpi, you actually play a little bit closer to my play style than Puma's, I would say.
Hold up. I'm gonna send something in the general chat.
Okay.
This is my that's my matchup chart right there.
All right. Let me take a look.
Okay, yeah, I understand the even matchups. The -1 Bucks Bunny is crazy.
Yeah, you're being trolled. That's being
I
trolled.
don't understand. That character kills me at 0 off of a jab.
Yeah.
I think Agent Smith being +2 is wrong in my opinion.
How is matchup so fucking free, bro? Just dodge jab.
No, but there are definitely Agent Smith players that can destroy a Jason because he just combos the shit out of you. Like if they know what they're doing.
I struggle with gun in the match.
I would like for me
How?
it is 1,000 times easier to
You guys can't parry
defeat.
gun?
I can't. I mean, I guess I could try more.
What?
I mean, in our opinion, for me, it's 1,000 times easier to beat a Jake than to beat an Agent Smith.
Oh, Jake is so easy. I only have him.
Yeah, I don't know why you have him +1 then.
I have him +1 mainly just because I don't like camping.
No.
So I run it a lot and I kind of get caught off guard.
Now,
Rich also is definitely +2. I don't know what you're smoking, my man, but
Rick?
it's definitely
No.
no,
I
no,
only
he's
have Rick
+2.
at +1 because he has a true 0 to death
I need
off of his large ass jab. Only when he's like super big though.
Yes,
when
that's
he's
so easy
super
to
big,
avoid.
it's
You
even.
literally just go on ledge.
Yeah, I know you just go on ledge. I
Yeah,
do
then
that.
don't put him at +1.
I don't like the way that it's so boring.
Well, then maybe just get good. I don't know.
I want to know,
My fault.
Narpi. I want to ask about some of the matchups that I personally struggle with. The matchups I struggle with is I still struggle with Gizmo a decent bit.
I understand that. Yeah.
Down there.
It's mostly just Arrow. I struggle a lot with like him outboxing me a lot of the time. But I'm guessing you're probably just gonna tell me just parry the Arrow every time.
Oh yeah, I don't know how to.
No,
parry.
but
I can't
Arrow
parry
and
myself, I'm
combo.
being honest.
No, but Arrow literally combos, and like there is from 60 Gizmo can kill with his combos.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I would say it's
down
definitely
it.
like at least +1.
Yeah, I'm not gonna deal with the arrow. I'm just gonna jump over him, and try to down air. That's what I do.
Okay.
Weird.
And I mean,
I beat greeted like.
oh
2 to
really?
1 ranked, yeah.
Interesting, because I mean I remember challenging greeted like day 1 to like a first to 10. I got like
day 1 Gizmo was crazy. All right, let's get that out the way. Day 1 Gizmo was
dude,
something else.
it was 9-1. I got fucking cooked.
No, greeted beats me on his Velma, but loses on his Gizmo.
That's interesting.
Velma is really good against Jason, I actually think, because she has those like book combos that kill from 40.
I think she can outbox Jason.
I think actually
okay
earlier.
too.
Oh, okay, all right, boom. But you don't know about the 5% to death on Jason. You don't know about that.
Is it even 5%? Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
like that's what I struggle
if you
against
do a book,
with
it's
Velma.
a book, you land, go on and then they're on the platform. You do book, it's a book again. You land again, book, up, B, up.
But that's with platform. That's still.
Well, that's a platform party. You gotta value stages with platforms.
Yeah.
Every stage
Fair
is
enough.
Sky Arena, you know.
I find it weird that you have Morty in +1. I would say it's +2 actually.
I had him in +2, but I got yelled at, so I moved him +1.
Don't listen to the haters. He's definitely +2.
I don't. That's why I have Bugs Bunny in +1. I mean,
yeah,
That's so true.
fair enough actually. Shaggy being +1. Yeah, I can see that.
Dude, Shaggy's so easy. He's so easy.
He's not so easy because like if you don't pay attention, he will just kill you at like 60.
Don't pay attention, but like.
Yeah, but that's like. I don't like. I'm just kind of sleeping most of the time I play. So something like Shaggy that just like he nares me once and I'm dead at 60. Like that's so annoying. But But besides that, yeah, you can like if you camp him out, he's really easy to beat. You just have to punish his nair, and he's literally dead. You know. Superman, I can understand having him in +1. I could also understand having him in even. I could also understand having him in +2. Like, it really depends on the experience you've had against Superman players. I used to think it was unbeatable, just because I got destroyed by his grabs. But nowadays, like, yes, he can jab down tilt and just do 50% with that. But if you play him off stage, and you know what you're doing, because Jason has such insane range, he can actually pretty easily win it.
So you just like ledge camp Superman, pretty much.
Yeah, but then you do have to be very careful because he can just combo you and get like insane combo damage, insane kill power off stage. So yeah. Tom and Jerry being +1 is also.
I'm just gonna tell you guys right now. I just out jab down tilt the Superman and I win.
I get that,
okay, I do that nowadays.
You
I do that nowadays.
Permanent loop. You do perma loop him. Yeah, that's pretty funny.
And you can react to the DI. If they DI in, they get out at 40, unless you do just one jab down tilt.
I'm surprised you have LeBron in +1.
I play LeBron. I feel like LeBron got a little bit of stuff versus Jason. That's all.
Yeah, he's.
I would say he's +2.
I would say he's +2, but I haven't played a bit of LeBron recently. I kind of like this character.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Garnet being +2. I think there's an argument to be made that she can be a +1. Because there are Garnet like combos, and if they play patient, they can destroy you. But it is pretty rare, so I can see why you still put her into +2.
Yeah,
I'm out of Garnet. Fuck a Garnet, bro.
Yeah,
what are they gonna do to me?
I do think that, especially on paper, Garnet really struggles against Jace. I mean, I don't really know how she lands. I don't know how she gets out of any of his pressure strings. I don't know how she deals with the armor outside of like dance. But like, you're not gonna let her dance.
Exactly. I'm just dodging jab.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's what you guys' matchup is all whack. This guy had Jokers losing.
Hey,
I still think Joker is losing.
We both kill in one hit. Is that not the most even matchup in the world?
Well,
yeah, but Joker does 70% with one combo.
He does kind of run the neutral a little bit, since he can actually pressure you with cards, and he can.
If Joker didn't have Flower, he would lose the matchup.
Yeah.
But Joker having Flower, literally, like, if a Joker knows how to use that Flower, it is so hard to beat. And I think you just haven't had that experience, because I've never met a good Joker that comes from America.
Look, in the nicest way possible, you haven't fought FPZ Joker. All right, that shit won tournaments, and I beat him. I made him switch back to Marvin.
I haven't played against him, but you haven't played against Torito, you haven't played against Matmat. Like, the problem is just like.
All right, well, you haven't played against me.
All right, okay.
Well, you haven't played against me. Okay,
well, you haven't played against Fajuk. How about that?
Okay. Hey.
You haven't played against Cell.
Tell you what.
That's mid, actually.
Tell you what, guys. What are each of you doing tomorrow?
Well, I've got school in like a few hours.
I got school,
Okay,
bro. I got
yeah, bro.
All right. Well, hey, if at some point tomorrow or anytime soon you guys want to set up a little Jason Ditto grudge match, I'm sure Stream would love it. And on top of that,
he would win it. I'm already calling it. Narping is going to win it, because I'm not going to go with in it with the confidence.
Yeah, Narpi, he's definitely one of the most confident players I know.
Do you want to wait, Narpi? Do you want to like do a quick best of 3?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. I mean, hey, I'll invite me. I want to make sure I get it on stream.
I'm so happy I'm not streaming myself right now, because that must be.
Isn't it like 110 for you right now, Pumbaa?
Why do you know where I live?
You're Europe, bro.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, that's right. It's 111.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
What's your IGN?
Narpink, I changed it back. It was Fajuk MVS for a little bit, but I got rid of it.
Oh, you back to Narpi? Narpi
I'm back to Narpink, yeah.
Okay.
Dude, why do people? I'm about to get so mad. I'm about to go on a rant. I hate. Okay, at the same time, I like my name being shortened because it's cool, but also Narpy. It's Narpink.
All right, I'll start calling you Narpink.
You literally do not play ranked. I'm realizing.
Yeah,
you were Masters 1 in 1 vs 1.
I'm plat 4 in 1v1's right now.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, right now. I can see that, bro.
I'm on to LeBron though.
My in-game name is the RPS.
Wait. Can you go into your career site and just type in like
Yeah.
yeah.
RPS, do you even have me added, bro?
I don't think I do.
Oh.
I sent you a friend request.
Did you?
Yeah.
I didn't know. I think I didn't know who you are, and you
Damn.
beat me, and I was salty.
Probably.
It's fair enough.
All right.
I hope you're fine with the map.
Oh, no platforms?
I would say no platforms.
No, it's a platform fighter.
I don't care. I don't know. I don't wanna.
You haven't fought, bro. You haven't fought in anything other than Sky Arena.
That's actually kind of true.
Come
And I'm mad
on.
about it. Actually, in our opinion, I sent you a friend request. If you just accept it,
Oh,
I
my friend list isn't working. I got like ghost banned in the nicest way possible. I don't know how to say it.
Ghost banned? What are you doing
can.
to
What'd you
get ghost
do,
banned?
bro? Why?
What's happening?
It says I have 3 friends online.
Oh,
I have like 200 people added.
Oh.
Ready up, ready up, ready up!
Oh my
sorry,
gosh.
genius.
Ew.
Come on, I want to play.
All right, let's get it.
okay, bro. This is the most nervous I will ever be in my life.
Oh my god, I'm not playing. He uses Airwalker. Free win.
No, I'm glad. Okay, Narby hates Airwalker. I'm glad you.
I know.
agree.
He said so in chat.
I'm glad
It's
you're
like
Airwalker
a
lover.
crutch, dude. Airwalker sucks.
So-
Oh, we got another. We got Sam's in here. That's actually insane.
all right,
Just
all
say
right,
you can't escape this.
That's the number 2. That's the number 2 Jason
All
on
right.
the leaderboard.
all right. Best of luck, guys. Yep. Jab down till lose. Oh my god, what a catch! Oh, I thought we were gonna get some Airwalker shenanigans. Okay. Dang. I literally just got done saying jab teleport wasn't true, and Narby goes for it anyways. Yep, it's a little too high percent for that. Oh, is he dead though? Ah!
Oh, I missed. I suck.
Alright, I'm up the stock. Let's go. Yep, good reaction. Or good punish. Ooh, ever so slightly off on the whip punish. Oh my god!
You are so bad. Holy
Oh
shit.
my
I'm on my
God.
daily gut. I'm not
Narby's
doing
getting
good.
choked!
I'm sucked.
I'm suck.
Jason's looking like a minus 100 matchup.
Dude, minus 100. That's putting it lightly. You suck. I got it. I'm sorry,
Oh.
Daddy. I got it. Yeah, you
Alright,
suck.
alright.
Bro, you go for jump side air. Like, how bad are you actually? Down
Bro,
tilt?
I thought you were
As a
European.
first
Are you
attack?
Europeans meant to be nice?
Okay,
Bro,
okay.
fuck no. I'm German.
We got a stock on the board. Oh shit! Oh, that definitely could have been.
I'm dead.
What are you doing?
Almost freestyle. I thought this was gonna be hard.
What the-
Yeah, how do you beat
Bro, I have been
people?
playing all day, and you're talking shit, bro.
This is
What are
actually
you doing, bro?
embarrassing.
A
Oh,
little
I
grudge
know what I
match.
did there. I wasn't DIing properly on the jab down tilt, and I missed a bunch of my side.
Sam's, I love that you put #1 American Jason right there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he said that.
Yeah, me and Sam's are like the couple actually, so I'm #1 European Jason,
Really?
he's
Are you
#1
guys
American
really?
Jason.
Alright.
Yeah.
Dude, that's so cute. I can't lie.
Yeah, we are kind of curious. Isn't that right, Pookie?
Yeah, my titty bear.
Cheddar.
Okay.
I'm
Oh
so bad. I'm so bad.
so
You were
bad.
cooking for just a second, Narby.
I know. I'm not playing too good. I had a flash in my past self right there.
Alright, alright.
Ah, I
Yeah,
regret it.
good catch.
That was good.
Good
Yeah, that
catch.
was good. That was good.
Thank you, I know. What are you dodges in?
Yeah, I dodged it. Is that issue? I'm sorry, sir.
Yeah. Dude, Nair into up air is such a good rel.
Fuck
Aw,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah,
I want
that's
to go
such a
outlook
good
it.
catch. That was very good. We were seeing both these players really know a thing or two about Jason.
I might be dead
We
here.
got loops. We got loops. Oh, the didn't consider the platform and the platform fighter. Ooh.
I didn't. You're right. I'm good.
Okay. Ooh, that was a
I forgot
dangerous
you have to
smoke.
move. No,
Yep,
that
that's
was
it,
insane.
that's it.
That was so good.
Oh. All right, we're cooking now. Game 3.
I thought this was meant to be hard.
Dude, Malphite, you
Look, I
actually,
shit talked,
actually
but I
really
saved it
enjoy
up
you
till
being
after
here,
the
man.
match. Come on.
I actually really enjoy you being here, man.
I'm very happy to see some of the best Jason gameplay.
I'm happy to punish Airwalker.
Dude, that Airwalker catch was so
Yeah,
good.
dude, if I hadn't done that outlook, I would have won that. I literally just went for disrespect because I thought you were free.
Always blaming that, never just you miss.
Yeah. Oh shit! Darby so BM.
What? Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's...
I got fucked there, I can't lie.
Mm.
The upbeat, I would have died.
Oh my god, that was... I seen the vision. He was definitely
Okay.
dead.
Bruh.
Yeah, he's gotta come eventually. All fatigue. Oh my god, Narky, you're so troll. Narky, no!
No, I mistimed it, bro.
All fatigue, yeah. What was the...
I have no idea what happened.
Wah! Where's my teleport?
Yep.
That's so annoying that that's not true.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm playing like ass.
That's
Yeah.
such a weird interaction. Oh, the Airwalker,
Ah,
yeah.
Airwalker, jeez.
Oh,
I got
no,
cheese. That's a skill
Narky.
check right there.
Yeah, nothing quite true after.
Dodgen.
Oh.
Shut up.
Ah, no!
Yeah,
Yeah,
if I
you're
lose,
cooked.
if I lose, it's on that grab. Yeah. That
Yeah.
was a clutch grab. That was a crutch grab.
All right. I mean, good shit.
Nice. You are actually one of the best Jasons I've played against.
Yeah.
Yeah. If
But
I was
probably,
playing
like-
better, I would have destroyed you. You
I
got
think.
lucky. You're lucky. You're
I
lucky.
do feel
College
like I
making me
did
write
that.
an essay, and I got fucking hand cramps.
Yeah, I do think that if you like, we were playing local, and we were both like actually awake, and it wasn't like 1 a.m. for me, and you were like dead from college. I think you would have won that.
I think that.
However,
I think.
No, I know if we play another best three, I win easy.
Hey, I
So-
think we've
Uh-oh.
seen a lot of good Jason potential here. I think that I really want.
I think this guy has not played in the last few weeks,
Yeah.
No,
or like in the last few days,
Mhm.
Dude,
and
my
I can tell.
LeBron is higher than my Jason in ranked right now.
Dude, my banana guard's
Yeah.
higher than my.
So
Jason.
I think I just have more experience right now. I think like from a like skill level, we are very much on par, or maybe you're better. But I might be delaying right now because I'm just a bit stunned. Who knows?
But yeah, that was great. I was glad to see a good set put up by both players. I think that this is the start of the well, not the start of a rivalry, but we got a little NA versus EU Jason stuff going on now. I'm excited to see the meta get pushed further and further. I always like a little bit of trash talk, as long as it's all in good faith.
I feel like I was doing the opposite of trash talking most of the time there.
Yeah. I mean,
But like, I am actually so happy to have a Jason main that is openly glazing the power of Jason more than I am.
Yeah.
Just like I get bullied for saying that Jason is top 5,
Yeah.
and this man is out here saying that Jason is like top 3, top 2, top 1.
No, he says top 1.
And like,
yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
top one was a joke. Top one was a joke.
yeah,
Okay,
top 1
yeah.
was a joke.
I'll
Yeah,
say,
yeah. But, like,
I will
still,
say top 3 though.
you-
I can say top 3.
yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, I thought that was like more realistic.
Mhm.
So like I'm very happy to have like I didn't know that you exist, I'll be honest. I haven't seen you on the leaderboards, at least
Yeah.
not with that name. But yeah.
Yeah.
I can definitely see how you would beat like top players a few months ago. I think nowadays a lot of people have adapted. I know, I think like for real, a lot of people have adapted to Jason because I see that with my win rate. Like I have a 91 win rate, and most of my losses are just for me doing like dumb challenges because I was streaming, or me playing against a guy that has just like studied the matchup, and that's Torito. So I would really like to see you playing against Torito, and then I could more accurately see like how good you are as a Jason player. But like, from my first impressions, you're definitely good, not as good as I expected.
Not as good as you expected.
I was
Alright,
I was
I
like
think you're a little
expecting to
fucking
get
European
bodied.
bitch. How about that? All right.
Damn.
Damn.
Oh.
How about that? How about that? We'll go like that.
Bro, hold me back, man.
All right. But I'm glad I was able to get both of you here. I think that
Yeah, it was really fun.
yeah, I really wanted to make progress in getting some of the best Jason minds together. Eventually, I want to write a little Jason cookbook, and I'm gonna have each of you kind of like look over it, review it, and all that good stuff. Send it you guys' way because I think that this character has a lot of potential. I feel like a lot of people complain about this character. A lot of people downplay the character super hard, and I think you guys have shown that it's definitely not well warranted, and the opinions you guys hold as well lining up, and also you guys being some of the best Jasons in the world. It speaks volumes for the character.
There is something that's trying to bother me, and that is that Sam's, the literal number 2 on the leaderboard, is in the call, and we aren't letting him speak.
Yeah, it's
So I think, Sam's, if you have something to say about like what you think Jason is in the current meta, I would love to hear it.
I think that he's an Agus, but actually, I don't think he needs any buffs and any nerfs. He's just good now. Any change will just be useless.
Yeah.
The air grab is used great now as a defensive tool.
Where would you put him on your tier list?
I would say like he's not like top 5. I would say like top A.
Yeah, you're not talking anymore.
Like
yeah, you have like the 2 biggest Jason lovers in the call here, so
I hate
I also strongly
this
disagree.
movie.
I think the only characters that are even slightly on par with Jason in the meta, on like a general like, not against Jason specifically, but in general, I could only see people saying that like Shaggy would be on par in the meta. But even then, like Arya is way worse, Wonder Woman is way worse, Joker is way worse. Like I cannot see anybody saying that Jason isn't top 5, and I can see people saying that he isn't top 3, but I think top 3 is actually reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
All right, but I do think I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. It was
Ditch me tomorrow.
huh?
Don't ditch me tomorrow.
No, hey, we're still gonna play some NAR P plus.
Alright,
Don't
alright,
worry.
NAR PS Tuesdays.
NAR
baby.
PS Tuesdays. We're gonna play a little P plus next week. Instead of P plus, did you want to run Rivals 2 since it's gonna be free?
If it's free, then yeah, we can do it.
Yeah. I think it's supposed to be free to play for a week, and I was wanting to run that on Tuesday. So if you want to run that, and we'll get in call and everything too. I think I'm finally outside of my being anxious talking to people for no reason phase. But yeah, once again, thank you guys so much for coming on and like sharing your opinions. I mean, I swear I'll pick this VOD up again, and we'll talk a little bit more about like some. Oh, dude, you know what? I could VOD review. All right, no, it's a bad VOD to review because you guys are both.
Did you want to VOD review the match I just played against them?
Yeah. So maybe it's a bad VOD to review, but I do think there's definitely a lot of value there. I noticed a lot of little things just watching you guys play in general as well. Like I mean, it was so funny saying in the VOD review, like, yeah, jab smoke into jab isn't true, and then seeing like both of you still go for it and it would not work for either of you. And I was like, yeah, looks about right.
I think like the reason why he lost is that he's a bit more aggressive than me.
Yeah, he plays very
And-
confident.
Yeah, that's what like. I play very versatile. Like I've had phases where I was the most defensive player. Like there's actually a story. Do you know Slouser?
I'm not familiar with the name.
Oh,
He used
yeah.
to be a Jason YouTuber and a streamer, and he played against me. And he posted the video of me playing against him, and it has like 1,000 views or 2,000 views.
Yes.
And it is one of the video. Like I have never gotten so much hate in my life. And like I've been on the internet since I was like and posting content since I was 12. That was the most hate I've ever experienced. It was actually crazy.
Dang,
Yeah, I saw that video Tuesday.
Wait,
He was
let me see.
crazy.
Views?
Slouser versus
That's like
Pumba.
20 American views. Don't worry, you're good.
No, it was Schulte.
Oh, they actually write Schulte in the title. Yeah. Like, literally all
Yeah.
the comments are just people being like, oh yeah, I know this guy, he's a piece of shit. Yeah, literally, most like comment, great matches, man, really disappointed. The top of the Leopold Jason plays so horribly.
Oh my god.
Watching him play like that made me sick to my stomach.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't say all that. I think you have a different play style, but I definitely wouldn't say you play bad. You know what you're doing, and you're very familiar with the situations that you put other people in. I think you're quite good.
Those were comments like that. The match I played against him is 3 months ago, and back then I was kind of known as being like a ranked fiend by playing very defensive. And nowadays, like, there are still definitely streamers that hate me for my playstyle. Online with Bobo, Kaisers are like the biggest examples. There are definitely other people. I think Tinka, like Superman main, also hates me, which I cannot really do anything against that. But yeah, I don't know. Like from the match you've seen me play in tournament, that is probably like the 1v1 match. Sadly, we didn't get to that today, but that will probably be the most defensive you will ever see me.
Yeah.
Like that last start.
Yeah. I did see, dude. There were so many instances where you were stalling so long on that ledge, just smoking back and forth. I was like, dang, this is crazy.
There's also something that was really embarrassing, and that is that I accidentally pressed Airwalker, and that made me go into burnout while I was off stage on 150 against the Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
and like that was so scary.
I couldn't tell if that was an intentional bait to try to get her down or not. I was like, maybe he was like trying to do the Airwalker so that she would react to the Airwalker and then try to go down and like nair him for it, and then he'd be able to reversal the situation, but.
You assume that I'm way smarter than I'm actually am, dude. Like, that matchup, or that set, was literally me being the most nervous I've ever been in my entire life. So I made so many mistakes. And the way I screamed as soon as I won, you can still hear it at the end of the video.
I have to pull it up. Before stream ends, I have to show the ending. The ending is so good.
The ending is one of the most like happy moments of my life, and after that I threw the whole tournament. Like I still placed third. I got paid like $25 for the whole tournament, but still, beating him in the first set was so good. Like he was unbeatable for months, which is like so insane to me. Since like from what you've analyzed, I've kind of realized that he isn't like that insane of a player, but he just plays every character. So it's really hard.
Okay. Here, I'm gonna screen share it for you guys in the Discord call, just so you guys can see it at like, no delay. But, dude, this is already a really hype situation to be in.
Yeah, last match.
Yeah, last match. You're up 100. You're in a juggle situation. She's at 0%. Like, all right, but she's in burnout now. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm too scared to go in.
Understandable. I mean,
and that jab missing, I was so nervous. I was like, okay, I might be dead. I go for I want to try to end the match early. Try to bait him.
Yeah.
I go for TP to get my dodge back. He goes for down air. His down air misses somehow. I get an up air to get some percent. They're like, okay, I go for jump. He goes for another air. My armor is back, like gone immediately. I get really nervous. I go for stalling, try to get my armor back. Accidentally press my airwalk, I lose
Yeah,
all
yeah,
of my dodge,
that's
even
what
though
it
I could
is.
go for armor.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, now I'm just stuck. He goes for it. I do some uppers, try to keep him away, try to space him. He goes for NASA, would have killed probably at that percent. And yeah, I get my armor back.
Hit the wall
I try to
fatigue.
go up since I'm on like the burnout.
Mhm.
I bait him. I bait him, he goes for Nair. I know he's going to go for Nair. He dodges, his armor goes away, he DIs Ron, gets hit, and I hit the Nair and he dead. And you can hear me go.
Yeah, the immediate the cutoff pop off. That's so good. I
It
love
is
that.
so funny. And like
Oh.
literally Bates came into the thing and he was like, bro, you need to calm down. I just streamed for a minute straight.
I just
And
realized.
yeah.
I just realized the stream didn't see it. All right, guys.
feel-
I'm sorry. Here, we'll replay it one more time. So last situation, he's in wall fatigue. He's in burnout. He can't afford to dodge a nair. He does the smoke to avoid the nair because, like, realistically speaking, that's the only way you're gonna be able to dodge in that situation. Get back on stage.
Hi, Smoke Team.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking at my match against Muck Mode.
It's so good. Oh,
It
that's
is,
such a
like,
great
so
way to
funny.
end. Yeah. All right. But I do gotta go ahead and end it for now. Thanks once again. Thanks guys so much for coming on the stream. I would love to get you guys in call more often, especially whenever it comes to filling out some of the stuff in the Jason Discord to start getting the meta going, so it's help people see, like, you know, all the strength that Jason does have. I would like to, like, talk more specifically about, like, all the matchups so that we could, like, start filling out some stuff for the matchup channels so that we can, like, give guidelines for how we're supposed to play against these other characters, because, you know, a lot of the Discord believes that, like, Marvin's the worst and, you know, Finn's unplayable. You know, there's a lot of, like, downplay of Jason. So if I could get you guys in call to start talking about matchups more in depth so that we can start, like, pushing the meta forward, I'd really appreciate it.
Yeah, speaking of like the specific matchups, there was a series I was planning to start on my YouTube,
Okay.
which would kind of just be getting like the best player in Europe of like certain characters and just doing like kind of tutorial videos on how to beat them and like how to counter them as Jason. Because it is like so different from character to character. Like you will never see me playing the same way against an Iron Giant as I would a Tom and Jerry
Yeah,
or a Shaggy.
for sure.
It's like so specific. And yeah, Smokey #1 Rick has already agreed to do it, but I have been procrastinating, especially because I have a lot of exams coming up, so I'm kind of busy.
Yeah, I mean that's the worst part about being a competitive fighting game player, real life.
Yeah.
All right.
But I mean, I started streaming 2 weeks ago. It's been really fun, and I'm just vibing, man.
For
I
sure.
hope that I get to have the time to actually do some more like time-consuming content though. But we'll see.
100%. Guys who are in the chat or watching the VOD now, be sure to go ahead and check out Pumbaa Fury on or is it Pumbaa Fury or Pumbaa Furry?
It's Pumbaa Furry, and don't
Okay.
ask me why.
Okay. Be sure to check out Pumbaa Furry on Twitch, twitch.tv. He streams. How regularly do you stream?
Recently I've been doing daily, but tomorrow I won't be streaming, sadly.
Okay,
Since I have to get ready for a test.
All right, you guys, you know what that means. Be sure to drop a follow so you make sure you get notified whenever Pumbaa streams. He's the best. He's the top 1 ranked Jason in the world right now. I'm sure you guys will be able to get tons and tons of valuable information just from watching his stream, just as I have as well. And yeah, I think that's about it. Thanks, guys, for joining me for the stream, and I'll talk to you guys later.
Thanks for having us.
All right, peace out. All right, that was awesome, guys. I'm so glad I was able to get like so much of the like top Jason meta in a call to actually discuss. I was planning on it in extreme early today, but I couldn't avoid the opportunity of being able to talk to some of the best Jasons in the world and like really starting to push the meta. I definitely want to start getting on more top players and more pro players to talk about their views of the game as well. I am starting to really enjoy this kind of like co-podcast, getting the impressions of other top players. So I might see if I can start doing that more and more. Jason was obviously the top priority for me just because, he's a character I love playing and it's a character I really want to get better at. So what better way to get better than to talk to the top players of that character. But anyways, for now, I'm peacing out for now. Tomorrow we're going to be playing with Narpy. We're going to be playing our Narps Tuesday. So we're going to be playing some P+, having a good time. We'll be in chat. We'll probably be in comms with Narpy this time. I'm going to try to get out of my comfort zone and actually get into calls with people more often because I think there's a lot of value there. All right. But anyways, until next time.